It's the Analyst Desk. Welcome to the show. It's the Analyst Desk. Yeah, in case you didn't know, it's the Analyst Desk. Welcome to the show where every day feels like game day, bro.
How's it going, everybody? It is I, the sports analyst, the one with the most, the one who likes toast. I don't know if any of you guys like toast or not.
You eat a lot of toast.
Actually,
Toast is all right.
Toast is okay.
Toast
We have
is
a
all
toast
right.
is all right. What do you think, Lane?
Toast is all right. It's all
Are
right.
are you a toast man?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to go to Harvey's, and I don't know why they used to make this bread. Apparently this was a breakfast menu item. You could get toast with ketchup on it and butter.
Ew.
It actually tastes really good.
Disgusting.
Toast with ketchup.
Oh no.
It actually tastes good.
At all.
You know what the best is? Pizza from McDonald's.
That was
Pizza
pretty
from
good
McDonald's?
back in the
That
day.
was
That
Adam,
sounds even
you're
worse.
too young, Adam,
Oh,
but
wow.
they used to have a really good pizza.
I know they did. I'm just saying that sounds horrible.
It
Ew.
wasn't horrible though.
It
was
sounds.
better
That's
than
why I said it
Delicious. That's
sounds
about it.
horrible. It sounds horrible. There's
It was
a
better than
difference between
Delisio.
saying it is.
Oh no!
Oh,
And
the
saying
Delisio was
it-
good, bud.
Come on!
Delisio was one of the best. Well,
Seriously,
that's not true.
Why?
I disagree.
I think you're lying.
I miss
I think
Delisio.
you're
I think
so-
you're
Me
lying.
too.
You're
Delisio
lying,
was the
Dan.
best.
same.
Dan, I think you're lying.
It was so good when you had nothing else. You just throw that in the oven.
100%.
I don't even like the Giuseppe, whatever the new one is that they.
Yeah, Giuseppe is not my thing, but Delisio, especially when you overcook it, you cook it really burnt. You burn the cheese.
Ew. Why would
Oh,
you throw
burnt
it?
Delisio is the best.
There is so much wrong with
See what
that.
I have to live with, Adam?
There's so much wrong with what I'm hearing.
Dan, you just
So
like
much
burnt
wrong.
Delisio because you didn't know how to cook, so if ever you tried to make it yourself, you burnt it.
Well, very true, but that's how I know it's good.
What a guy.
That's funny.
But Leafs
Yeah.
actually got a win today, so that's some
Yay!
breaking news.
Yay.
However, we
Sad
also have some
news.
bad news in Leafland, obviously, and with Austin Matthews, finally gets off his scoring drought. Actually seemed like he was playing pretty well tonight, and
He was.
guys. Like, I mean, you can say what you want, but
It's
he
true.
Played
the
very
puck was-
well tonight.
And unfortunately, Matthews had a injury. What the hell happened to the tank? Hey, yeah, you know what? The team woke up.
One night.
That's what happened. The team. Look, are they going to make the playoffs? No, but it was nice to see
Oh, you're
this
admitting
team
that now.
actually give a hoot. And Dan, I've been saying for
Yeah,
a
they at
while,
least
Matt,
did
that
something.
realistically they probably won't make it, but they have to keep trying until they're mathematically eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things, right? That it's a tough one for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like, getting a win is great, but losing Austin Matthews is tough. And I want to go around the room before we get into anything too much. And I'm going to ask you guys an exam question here, because at the Analyst
I don't
Desk we
like
have
this.
exams.
I hate it.
I didn't study, I gotta go.
Gunas, is he getting suspended? 3-game
No.
suspension,
Yes.
5-game
He should.
suspension, a fine, or because it was against the Leafs, nobody cares?
I don't think he's getting.
He should get suspended, but he might. I don't exactly have confidence in who runs Department of Player Safety to actually punish players for doing stupid stuff like that. I don't expect a punishment. He should get punished. It was a dirty play. And yeah, he skated directly into his knee. That is a blatant, he blatantly injured Austin Matthews, Radko Gudas.
100%.
He's missed 15 games through suspension. If he doesn't get suspended, then the only course of action, I think at this point, you fire the guy who supposedly runs the Department of Player Safety.
George Barrows.
He doesn't know when to actually suspend people. He's
Yeah,
incompetent at
literally,
his
a
own
little bit
job.
of heart.
He has
of
one
a-
job.
injured.
He's incompetent at it. It's ridiculous at this point.
Young Guns did bring some life.
They did bring in some life, and we have a Wilder saying nothing will happen. I am projecting a 5-game suspension, and I will tell you why.
Oh no!
Before we hold on, but before we get into everything else, you have, like it or lump it, Austin Matthews is one of the faces of the NHL. I know I'm going to get heat in the comments. Well, read a book. Austin Matthews has been one of the faces of the NHL. Ovechkin was one of the faces of the NHL when he was having a bad season. And Dan, before you say he's never had a bad season, I can go through statistics and find out the identical seasons from Ovechkin's that Matthews is currently having. And with this type of play, Radko Gunas, I think you also have to take into account he injured Sidney Crosby in the Olympics not only a couple weeks ago, so he's injured 2 superstars in about a month span.
However,
That's a good point.
Guys,
you can't use that as evidence.
I'm not saying you're using it as evidence, but it's in your head. It's kind of like if you know someone always cheats on their test and you don't have a legitimate proof, but the kid that always gets a 30 or cheats all of a sudden got a 90. You're going to look a little harder to figure out if he cheated or not. And that's how it's got to be with Radko Gunas. He's a repeat offender. He has injured 2 superstars, 2 faces of the league in less than a month. A minimum 5-game suspension has to come. You already missed, in my opinion, you already really missed by not suspending Nathan McKinnon. I think he should have at least got a 2-game suspension for completely not understanding what a crease is. And now you need
that
to
wasn't a suspension.
Yes, it was. What do you mean it's not a suspendable play? It is
for
a
what he just did.
Play.
For what Mac
Nathan
just
McKinnon did should have been a suspension. Absolutely.
For what he just did
to a goalie's head.
I disagree.
But he did to Connor Ingram a couple games ago. That should have been a suspension.
I disagree, but I disagree for a
you.
different reason. It's not because I don't think it's a suspendable, like what
you're
he
gonna
did.
say because he's Nathan McKinnon.
Like, no, okay, really, Jacob? But my reasoning is because there was a player who pushed
then they'll
him.
make that video.
He got pushed into the play. He got pushed into the play. That's my opinion. You guys disagree. You guys disagree. It's my opinion.
Okay.
I didn't think he should have been suspended for it, but that's just my opinion.
By that notion, then you think Sam Bennett not getting any type of repercussions, what he did to Stolars was fine. He was nudged. If we're just going to say, if we tap these humongous tanks of men like this, they're allowed to run over the goaltenders, we're going to continue to see goalies getting knocked out. And I'm sorry, Connor Ingram was bleeding all over the place. He had a concussion. Like, this is ridiculous. And it's the same thing for Austin Matthews here. The league has got to start nailing down what rules are. And I get the comments saying because it's peril, so it's a $5,000 fine. Funny enough, the radio broadcast said the exact same thing, saying, oh, it's going to be only a $200 fine. And don't worry, Gunas, it's in Canadian dollars, so it won't cost you much. At the end of the day, the NHL
they'll probably buy him a coffee for it.
The NHL needs to wake up. They need to wake up and smell that coffee and start suspending players properly. And I don't give a rat's ass what the player is or if someone nudged him.
Okay, wait, Jacob, can I say one other thing? Because so in my own defense, I do think Bennett should have been suspended for what he did. Now, that's for differing reasons. My reasoning for why Bennett should be suspended is different for why I think those are, I know you're going to come at me and say, well, it's the exact same play.
It is the exact
for what I saw, Jacob, for what I saw on the play, from what I saw, this is my own opinion. I don't really care what anybody else says to me about it. He was not going to hit Connor Ingram the way he hit Connor Ingram without Darnell Nurse first initiating contact with Nathan McKinnon. Sam Bennett blatantly elbowed Stolars in the head in the playoffs.
This is leaf bias, Adam.
I only say my opinion. I don't think it has nothing to do with bias. Nothing to do with bias at all.
Yes,
Sam Bennett blatantly did what he did.
So did Nathan McKinnon.
Opinion. I don't think he did. I have no bias for Nathan McKinnon. No bias at all for the guy.
But I'm saying you have bias because it's a Leafs playoff round versus a Colorado Edmonton regular season game.
No, it's completely different. What Bennett did and what Nathan McKinnon did. Nathan McKinnon did not blatantly jump into Connor Ingram and intentionally injure him. Sam Bennett intentionally. Okay. Well, that's just our two opinions. I'm not going to really.
Oh, and I mean, you can obviously have your opinion. Opinions are a thing. Like buttholes, everyone's got one. But all I'm going to say is, and then we'll move on to some comments here and what you guys think about the amount of suspension we could be seeing.
I don't get an answer on the Azan.
Dan, I said I'm going to get to you there in a second. All I'm going to say to finish off this is at the end of the day, Nathan McKinnon left his feet after Nurse hit him. And people could say he was trying to jump over him. Pretty sure Nathan McKinnon does not go as a long jumper outside of hockey. So there's no way in how he's jumping over a goalie who's 6 feet tall. At the end of the day, you can't go through the crease. I thought the Colorado coach's comments too were also disgusting, and him not getting any fine is ridiculous, saying I don't care about Connor Ingram, whether he's injured or not. It's just the NHL needs to start locking down on these things. But Dan, what's your thoughts here? And just on the comment here about what happened to Matthews, Ratko Gunas stuck out his knee, probably potentially injuring Matthews for the season. So go ahead, Dan.
Well, I just want to say welcome to a new viewer, Paws and Tails 2004. And thank you very much for joining us. And if you like what you're seeing, the roundtable discussion, please hit that subscribe button. And we want to thank all our loyal viewers tonight for commenting and liking and sharing. The more subscribers we get and more of that builds up the algorithm, means the more we can do for all of you people. So thank you so much, everyone. I totally agree about comment on Paws and Tails that it literally took a potentially career-ending injury to wake them up. And not even way away. It's not to a third period. But to answer Jacob's exam question, though, I'm going to go off the board. I think Gunas is going to get suspended 7 games for this because I think I'm number one for physical hockey. I love Gunas. I loved him when he was in Florida, when he yelled at Wall's face and they eliminated him from the playoffs. I love Ratko Gunas. However, that play was a direct knee-on-knee hit, and it was on purpose. Why else would he stick his knee up like that? Oh, to try to slow down? No, you would have been better to hit him head on. It doesn't make any sense. And Jacob brought up a great point, the fact that he did injure Sidney Crosby, even though it wasn't NHL hockey. Fast to take offense to it. The fact that he's a repeat offender, I think, should take offense to it. I also want to add to Adam's point. I agree with Adam that the Sam Bennett hit on Wall was worse than a Nathan McKinnon hit on Ingram. And the reason for that is because when Bennett hit Stolarz, he did it with his punch, with his right. He punched him in the head on purpose because he was a former teammate of his, and he knew he had concussion issues. The Nathan McKinnon play looks bad when you slow it down, but when you watch it full speed, it's like is 200 pound 6 foot guy skating at 30 kilometers an hour. Something's going to happen, right? But that's my opinion with all of that.
But again, if I go 150 hold on, but if I go 150 in a school zone and someone bumps into my car and I crash into 10 other vehicles, does that mean I'm not at fault because someone hit my car? No, I was the idiot going way too fast in a school zone. It is the same thing.
Jacob,
Nathan McKinnon is coming absolutely flying in.
It's flying in through the crease.
It's not. He's flying in through the crease. By the way, I'm not the only one who has this take.
He wasn't breaking any rules when he did what it when
it's against hockey regulations to go through the crease. Yes, it is.
You're not even letting me answer. You're just interrupting me.
Because I'm passionate.
No, so don't interrupt me when I'm trying to answer your damn question. You're in your example, you've already broken the law. You're going 150 kilometers an hour. Nathan McKinnon, when he got hit by Darnell Nurse, was not in his
yes, he was.
So you think, in your opinion, Jacob, you think Nathan McKinnon does exactly so the exact play happens, but Darnell Nurse does not.
You got a fan, Adam?
I don't care at this current point.
Just tell you got a fan.
Dan, I don't care. I don't care at this current moment.
No, it's a good thing. Fans are good.
Dan, stop interrupting me. I tried to ask Jacob a question.
Oh, let's just try to help.
I don't care. I'm trying to have a conversation with Jacob, and you keep interrupting me. So, Jacob, you think, in your opinion, yes or no, does Nathan McKinnon, does the exact same play happen if Darnell Nurse does not hit Nathan McKinnon?
Yes.
Do you think Nathan McKinnon? So you think that you don't think Nathan McKinnon dodges?
No,
making as bad of contact. You think he's going to jump right into Connor Ingram no matter what?
Yes, because the NHL doesn't care about goalies. It's a fact. We don't call goal interference over 90% of the time. But go ahead, Lane. I know, Lane, you had something you wanted to talk about as well.
We got some great comments coming in too, so we'll get from them soon. Thank you.
Tell you a surprise what
There's
the
a reason
match
it was
was. I'm
rescinded.
sorry, but I'm sorry, but like Overdrive, no disrespect to those guys. I disagree about 80 to 90% of what they say. But Lane, go
There's
ahead.
a reason the match penalty was rescinded, but
It wasn't rescinded. It was 5 in a game on Nathan McKinnon. But go ahead, Lane.
no, it was rescinded. The NHL rescinded the match penalty today. That's why he wasn't suspended.
That doesn't
Nathan McKinnon's match penalty was rescinded. That's why he didn't
But
get
go ahead,
suspended
Lane.
earlier.
So yeah,
But that's why you're mad. Sorry,
So
buddy.
it's okay. So about the Radko Gudas thing, I think he'll get 1 game at max because, and I know you guys aren't going to like this. Technically, by the CBA, Radko Gudas is no longer considered a repeat offender, as his last suspension was in 2017. It's been long enough that they can't use that as evidence, and you're not allowed to use evidence that happened in a different setting, i.e., the IIHF, even though
Still on their minds, though.
Doesn't matter. You can't use
but Lane, it's always going to be stuck in their mind. They can't say it. They can't say it, but the NHL can't stop them from having it in the back of their head that happened. And the same thing with anything else he's ever done. It doesn't really matter if it's not presented as evidence. It's always going to be stuck in the back of the head of the people looking at it. That's just what the facts of the matter is. There's nothing the NHL can do about it. He deserves to get suspended more than a game. That was a dirty hit, no matter what. No matter what history he has at this point, it doesn't make a difference.
But Adam, what I'm saying is they're going to use George Peros. Will do whatever he has to do to use his reasoning and say, "Look, hasn't been suspended in 9 years. I don't know about any other hits in any other league because we don't get paid. I don't get paid to watch that. I get paid to watch the NHL, and he's been a clean player for the last 9 years. So this is the one-off. He got his penalty, got kicked out of the game. Here's a 1 game and a $5,000 fine. Slap on there. See you later. Telling you.
Well, I'm sure we'll hear.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, but that would be a joke if it does.
It will.
Be a joke. He should get fired if he does that.
There's a comment from a new viewer here, I think. David5747, Jacob. And I agree with this comment that it's disgusting and not a single Leaf player stood up for Austin at the time. Like, I get they did it in the third period, and that's cute. But as far as I'm concerned, they should have been a full-out brawl the second it happened. A split second.
Radko Gudas would have even been involved. He was taken right to the box.
I will say,
I
only care if you get Radko Gudas. We gotta get someone in Anaheim on that second.
I will say, normally I would agree with you, Dan, until I watched the full thing later on. So I was listening to it on the radio, right? And as Adam is saying, as soon as the hit happened, the refs just took Radko Gudas straight off the ice. They didn't really have an opportunity. I will say, though, I loved the response in the third period. I mean, you got to remember, at the end of the day, whether you guys think they should or not, the Leafs are still trying to win hockey games. And they got the 5-minute power play. Don't take any stupid penalties. Take your 5-minute power play. But then after that,
100%.
Hold on, Dan. You had fights from Riley. You had fights from Cowan. You had
which I love.
Lots of good scrimmages in between. I think, unfortunately, I agree with a comment earlier. It said it took the Leafs losing their captain again to wake up. And I also want to put in, before we get to some more great comments here, you got to wonder with Berube, maybe he should have done these shakeups to the lineup sooner and brought up some of these AHL players. You know what? You have Giroux getting a goal tonight. Pizzetta, and you had the most interesting 3 minutes of hockey I think you're going to see. Like, you are seeing Cowan getting elevated ice time, stood up for Nick Robertson after a hit. Like, you're seeing this team look a little bit different with just some changes in the lineup. But yeah, the Oilers are such a hit and miss team. Like, 1 minute they look great, and you're like, they have all this talent in the world. They'll probably get in still just because their division sucks. If they were in any other division, they wouldn't make it.
My points still stand from before the trade deadline. And still, my exact points still stand from before that. They have more holes that they still did. They didn't fill because they still have these kind of results where it's like they're hit and miss all the time. And it's in my opinion, the only reason, and cause somebody could tell me exactly if somebody wants to tell me his resume and why he deserves his job, but Chris Knobloch only has his job. In my opinion, he only has his job because Connor McDavid asked, because he was Connor McDavid's coach in the juniors.
Right.
It's the only reason he has his job. What has he done?
I agree.
Since I'm pretty sure he got fired from Erie a couple of years ago. Like he hasn't done. What has he done since that he deserves an NHL job?
Well,
he's
been in the Cup Finals twice.
Like, yeah, but it like he hasn't done like. But the only reason he has his job. Do you think he would have been hired if he didn't coach Connor McDavid in Erie? Nope. Do you think Chris Knobloch gets hired when he did? If Connor McDavid, if he wasn't, like he wouldn't have been hired. Like there's like he got hired. He has thanks for Connor McDavid, but this coach hired. In my opinion, I don't know if it's like if their coaching is bad or if it's just the players are incompetent this season and can't seem to find any consistency outside of the two top lines, which I've continuously said they do the same thing. When they're losing, they pile up the top two lines. The other three they pile up Draisaitl, McDavid, Hyman on the top line. All the rest of the players be damned because they can't do anything else. I know their GM is incompetent. I've said that. I said that at the deadline. Their GM is incompetent. He should lose his job. It's ridiculous. This team continues to make the same mistakes. Continuous mistakes. It's the same thing with the Leafs and the Oilers. The same continuous mistakes where they failed to fill holes that they needed to fill, and they continue to make the same mistakes with their lineup choices. Draisaitl and McDavid cannot, if they're going to win a cup, those two cannot play together. You got to keep them separate. I don't care if the team's trailing. You have a better chance of potentially coming back if you separate them. You have two separate lines that teams have to deal with. Like, it's so simple to me, but like, no, they're not going to do it because they only trust two guys. That's all
I don't really think they can because they just don't have the depth. But Dan, what's your thoughts here, Dan?
Well, I just want to say quick before I get my card because I forgot to mention this earlier, but thank you for David for the comment, and for anyone new here who wants to subscribe to the channel. It's a huge help. If you like what you're seeing as roundtable discussing, builds the algorithm huge. All the comments and likes from the loyal viewers and shares, that helps us too. So thank you so much, everyone. Just wanted to say that quickly. But to Adam's point with Draisaitl and McDavid playing together, I agree. I don't know why the Edmonton coach still has a job. I don't think he's that great of a coach personally. I get he got the 2 cup finals, but you look at that team. I mean, the team was stacked in both situations, minus the goaltending, which I know is a big situation. But I disagree with the fact that I think they should play Draisaitl and McDavid together. I know a lot of people talk about balanced lineup. I think the Leafs should play Nylander, Knives, and Matthews together for the whole season. Back in the day, you had your power lines, right? You knew right away, 2003, you had Roberts, Sundin, McGillney. No question that was their lineup. And if your fourth line was Ty Domi and couple of AHL players, you were fine with that. And I don't know why the league doesn't go that way again. I want to see some highlight power play, big moments, and I don't, not just on power play. I want to see those big highlighted goals late in the third period. And you see that in a 1-goal situation when the top guns are playing together. So I think the top guns should stick together all day long. I'm also against top guns killing penalties, to be honest with you. I think you have your guys that kill penalties, and you don't want someone like Matthews and McDavid getting injured taking swap shots. And, we talk about Matthews not getting as many goals. Well, half the minutes he's playing is killing penalties, So I think you should stick the big guys together and big guys to stay on the power play.
I agree with you somewhat, Dan. I do agree. I'm not a huge fan of superstars killing penalties. The only concern with what you're saying is in the new NHL, teams that are winning have depth, because teams have all of a sudden realized if you shut down one line, then you've shut down the team. And that's the issue. However, if that one line can continue to produce, you're fine. And I'll also say this too. You're also talking about a lower goal scoring era of hockey because goaltenders were so much better than they are now.
True.
So it's kind of difficult just because you're comparing two completely different eras of hockey. And I've said that a lot since I talk a lot about the early 2000s, and Dan, you talk about the 90s, and because Dan and I are the two old fogies on the podcast. But it's one of those things that's tough to do. We got to get some more comments here, though, from Brandon. Lane, I'd like you to address this. You've talked about the Leafs needing to show more passion. Brandon saying he thought the physical stance was nice. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, at the time, like you said, it was like at the time you wanted them to do more. And I sometimes think this team does need to be a little bit more aggressive when things happen. We've seen it with Stolars in the past. And I do know what Dan's saying because it has been addressed before that sometimes in the past when the big, injury happens, they just kind of stand around and go, well, what do we do? And so there's definitely that kind of frustration. But I mean, unless if you really are a fan, you got the 2 points. They hurt him on the scoreboard, which I always say my team should do when my team's getting clowned on like that. So at the end of the day, they got the win, even though I didn't want them to win, but they did get the win. They played well after that injury. They responded as a team, so they did just sort of do the right thing. But I still think sometimes they do kind of struggle standing up for their teammates in the moment.
Thing is, in my opinion, I'm more on Brandon's side. I thought this physical stand was appropriate when they did it. They got the 5-minute power play. Then they went on the aggression. Besides a Max Domi getting a misconduct for trying to make it so a person can't have kids again. I mean, overall, I really enjoyed the Leafs' response. I love seeing it from guys like Easton Cowan. I think adding Pizzetta really added some real spunk to this lineup.
I love Pizzetta.
I know Dan and I have been saying since actually they got him in the offseason. I'm like, why don't
Fly
they give
first.
this guy a real look? I would have really liked to see him on this. I think him in 3 minutes did more than Cowan could do, only getting 8 to 9 just because of the style of play they both do. That's why I say it's not always, you don't always need to play the best players. You got to play the players that fit most. But Dan, this is a comment that I feel is almost addressed to you because you're a big JT fan. Tavares looks so slow on the ice. Wow. Tavares multi-point night tonight, but what's your thoughts? Do you kind of think what I'm saying up to you before? Tavares is a third line center now, not a second.
Well, you can't see my Tavares jersey behind my beautiful face of mine. Oh, look at that freshly shaved, looking good. But anyway, I love JT at the 6. I love the fact that he's so slow. He reminds me of like Jason Allison back in the day. There are some special players like John Tavares in his whole career, and Jason Allison did it back in the day. They slow down the game. They are so dominant in the puck possession and just crave the offensive zone. They slow down the game. And if you look at even when Tavares was in juniors in a Team Canada moment, he set up that beautiful goal for Jordan Eberle to win against Russia. That all happened because John Tavares slowed down the Russian guy against the boards and stole for puck and got it to Eberle. If he didn't slow it down, none of that would have happened. So, yeah, you got Willie, who's phenomenal in speed, but Willie can't slow anyone down. But Tavares, he's not slow himself. He slows down the game on purpose.
Well, Dan, to say Tavares isn't slow, that's a fact.
Oh, he is slow, but I like it.
Tavares has never been a fast player, but I'm curious, Dan, will you admit to everyone, all our viewers, that maybe John Tavares shouldn't be a second-line center anymore consistently? Or do you still feel he's the Leafs' second-line center through and throughout, and that position's fine?
I feel like for the Maple Leafs this year, he is still the second-line center.
No, I don't mean the Leafs this year. I mean moving forward, like let's say next year. Would you like Tavares still as a second-line center, or would you like to see them upgrade so Tavares can be the third?
It depends who they get. Does this knee injury kill Austin Matthews' career? Are they going to sign out? Are they going to do the massive trade and get Nazem Kadri in the offseason? I don't know. But if they bring back Matthews, Tavares, I don't know who's left. Sorry.
Nice.
Not the Domi, whatever
No!
sentiment they bring, right? I think Tavares is still the second line center. I guess plus minus is terrible this year, but that's because he's on the Maple Leafs this year, and they're a terrible team. But if you look at it, 66 games, he's got 54 points, 23 goals, 31 assists. He's one of the top face-off men in the league. That's another reason why I have him on the second line center. And it's like, where else are you going to get a 50, 60-point guy who is over 50% in face-offs, who's amazing on power play for $4 million? Nowhere.
I agree with this almost. So he's a career player, like a good player, really solid.
Career minus.
Yeah, he's a career minus. Sorry. Yeah, but I still think for Tavares, for Toronto to have some real success, I would like to see him in a third line role just because I think he can be more effective only playing 13, 14 minutes a game. I think at his age, and hold on, at his age, it's kind of like Nazem Kadri in Colorado. All of a sudden, he looks like a completely different player because now he's not trying to drive the line. He's being an asset instead of the driving force. I think if Tavares can be really good in faceoff, third line 5-on-5, and still be on your power play, I think John Tavares will put up more points than what he is getting more minutes. He'll be fresher for the minutes he's getting, and he's more effective. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, riddle me this one. I'm going to say something crazy.
I don't like
I was the only person out of probably in the country who put John Tavares on my Team Canada. And when I put him on my Team Canada, I put him as a left winger. Now, riddle me this. I agree, maybe he slowed down a bit. You don't want him driving a line and being the center of a second line. But if you get a solid second line center like, I don't know, Robert Thomas, Nazem Kadri, name it here, would you put John Tavares on the wing so he's still playing 15 minutes a night on your top six, and then you can take the face off if a guy gets booted out?
Dan, your opinion was so bad, you got an ass in the chat before you even finished.
I know.
And no, because the point, I do not like being full screen. But it's so quick, Jacob. There's no point in putting me up, but whatever. John, there's no point in having it because the point of having John Tavares for that cheap was to play third line center. There's no point. He's slow. Just keep him in the third line. He doesn't need to be on the second line. He's not paid like a second line player. He's paid like a third liner.
Yeah, that's great value.
Who cares? Just put him on the third line, Dan. It's very simple. It's actually quite simple. Also,
not true.
There's nobody available to go and get a second line center in the summer. There isn't, unless there's like, there isn't because all the guys that are good have already been signed. So I don't know who else is available, but I don't think there's somebody who second line center. No, I'm not going to do
Adam, you need to interior decorator.
You guys can look at a white or whatever color wall I have. You guys can.
I'd say it's like eggshell.
I'm not going to do that.
Like an off-white.
I don't know what it is. My sister
guys, in the comment section, what color is Adam's room? We'll put it full screen.
Why is this a conversation?
What color is Adam's room?
Snow White.
Okay, this wasn't my sister
white.
painted this. My sister painted this.
So why is it not pink then?
Because my sister isn't girly.
She isn't a girl? Your sister isn't a girl?
Danny said girly.
I mean, isn't a girl. Like, okay, I'm a little confused.
We got a
None of you know how to use Dan, Jacob, Lane. Look at the screen. Okay, you guys have something called ears. I suggest every now and then you all learn how to use them.
Mine don't really work.
I'm deaf.
I would suggest you all learn how to use them because God gave them to you for a reason.
God did? Now, I know what Adam should put on those walls. I think he should put those 1990s bikini model posters on the walls.
Yeah, I'm not doing that at all.
There we go.
Yeah, no, he's not doing that.
What about the sexy firefighter calendars?
No,
there you go.
Dan, you should make.
You guys should stop giving me suggestions.
Oh, okay. I'll start scripting right now.
You guys have horrible suggestions.
No,
but in the comment section here, why the hell is 34 even playing? Now he did leave the game.
Great question.
Which does bring up
the
a
team's
question
still trying to win.
here.
They're paid to win games.
Is Austin Matthews done for the season? And Lane, I want to start with you. Do you think Austin Matthews is done for the season?
Well, it's time. Before I answer that question, Jacob, it's time to get into my gas or ass because it's about
Whoa, here we
Austin
go.
Matthews. All right, everybody. It's time. I've been waiting 34 minutes, 53, 54, 55 seconds, and I'm going to get the chat riled up. I want to see your comments. I want to see gas or ass. What do you think? Here's my opinion. I think with the way this organization has just treated him, with the fans, the way the fans have treated him, with the booing of him going to the American, bringing home an American gold, not only do I think he's done for this season, I think Austin Matthews is done as a Maple Leaf. I think he's asking out in the offseason, being like, I'm done. I don't want to stick around. This franchise is going nowhere. We got no picks. We got no plan. We got our president going on TSN radio saying that we don't that we're not even going to fire the coach because it's up to the players. That sounds like something Ryan Dinwiddie would say. And look at the players there. They're like, peace out, A-Town down. The president has no spine. This organization has no clue what they're doing. I think Matthews is like, I'm out of here. Send me on a plane to LA right now.
Wow, I like
Number
it,
one,
Lane.
I'm actually going to say gas if you, Lane, but just because I had predicted that Matthews would be moved during this offseason. I don't think it really has to do with so much with the booing and the injury. And as Brandon did say, more people, it was mostly cheers in the stands. Because, I've seen a lot of videos.
They were quiet cheers.
I'm not denying it, but it was more cheers than boos.
Quiet cheers.
My ears. Adam would be proud of me. But I'm going to say that I think with Matthews, I think he's just going to say, look, I don't want to be on a team that's this bad. And as what Brian McCabe said, I don't want to play in a city that treats me so poorly. So I'm a little bit on your side, Lane. However, he's not going to go to LA. He's going to go to New Jersey and score 70 goals.
New Jersey
again.
New Jersey
on that, but I
really don't think I think we've seen the last of Austin Matthews in Toronto.
So you think Matthews is out for the year and will never be a Leaf again?
That's my opinion. Yep.
Dan,
I'm calling
what's your
it.
Thoughts?
Wow, I agree with the comment here as a bold prediction, but I agree with you, Lane. I think the fact that the season was so bad this year, and the season was bad this year before the season even started. They did nothing in the offseason. They got a horrible result in the season. They've come out and said they're not firing the coach. They came out, and when the team started winning 3 games into the Olympic break, before the Olympic break, they sent out a letter to season ticket holder saying the season was done. They, in my opinion, did a horrible job at trade deadline. Still, I guess we got to do winners or losers at some point. Maybe we already did that. I don't even remember. But anyway, I think they lost terribly in the trade deadline. And I don't think this is a 1 season, 1 year problem. I think we're going down a deep, dark road as Maple Leaf fans of this being a dark couple of years. So, yeah, this Matthews is in his prime right now, about 30 years old. That's a prime for a hockey player. Does he want to go into his prime part of his career and not be at a playoff team? I don't think so. So I agree with Lane. I think if he's out for the year, I think he's going to get moved in the offseason. I think Jacob's prediction in New Jersey is a little bit wild. I get the whole Sheldon Keefe and 69 great number goal thing, but I think he's going to go to Utah. I think Utah is building something really special here. They got a new hockey club. They got new fans. I actually like the hockey club name better, to be honest, but they got their name now, the Mammoth. They got their logo. They made a big trade game, Mackenzie Weaver. I love it. It's only 8 hours away from Arizona. I think he's going to go to Utah.
Comment here, though, and then, Adam, I will get to your projection on this. It would be a terrible way if Matthews ends his career as a Leaf this way, and not so much that he's played more than 1 full season.
It'll be horrible for a career end this way.
Pandemic and stuff. But I would just say it would be the most Toronto Maple Leaf way to waste a superstar. I will put it that way.
Too.
But Adam, what's your thoughts here on Lane's take?
I already answered. I've answered this question, but I said my answer last time. I feel like we recorded. But I think if next season is as bad as this season, he's gone. It's that simple. It's not because of the injury. It won't be because of the injury, and it won't be because of this season. But But if next season is as bad as this season, he's gone. Jacob, you're delusional. Dan, you're delusional. Not going to either of those places. He's
Yeah,
going
see, I
west.
think I can do a big trade there.
He's
with
not going
Utah.
Utah, Dan, I've said this to you before. I feel like Utah's not getting Austin Matthews.
Maybe Austin Matthews wants multiple lives. I don't know what the reason is. I just think it's going to be Utah.
He's going
Dan,
to
your
LA.
face.
Oh,
LA.
hello.
He's either
I
going to
turned
LA,
on the show and Dan's face was all over the screen because my face is beautiful.
Well,
No matter what they say. See, I just shaved. I look incredible.
Well, I want to throw another thing at you guys. Do we?
Ooh,
This is another spicy comment that I have. Dan mentioned that Matthews is in his prime. I'm going to argue with all the injuries and now that he'll need a new knee. I'm starting to think Matthews might already have been in his prime. I don't think we already saw 69 goals Matthews, and he has never, not for a minute, looked like that same player. Even in the Olympics, he was good, but he's not that same flash and dash, pull it back, toe drag, snipe it from anywhere, find the top corner. I think Matthews is past his prime, and I think he's entering a different stage in his career where he's still going to put in, he's still going to get 30 goals, but I don't think he's going to be that Rocket Richard fancy goal scorer anymore. I think his career is starting to take a bit of, not a bad turn. Like, he's still going to be a point per game player. I don't think he's going to be the same guy that we saw 2 or 3 years ago. I think he's already out of his prime in my opinion.
I will say this, and a comment has already beat me to it. He needs to play for a different coach. Berube.
I was going to say the same thing, actually.
You have to look at Austin Matthews. Under Craig Berube, he scored 60 twice. Under Craig Berube, he can't hit 40. And because Craig Berube has tried to make him into Ryan O'Reilly with nicer hair. And the fact of the matter is, Ryan O'Reilly and Austin Matthews are two very different players. I would argue the same thing in Nashville. They kept trying to make Steven Stamkos defensive. All of a sudden, they just said, screw it, just go be yourself. Now he's on pace to being, that consistent, really good goal scorer again. I think Berube isn't the right. I still think they're going to fire Berube, as much as that's what they're not saying in the media. Because straight up,
have to.
And hear me out. I don't care what he said, and hear me out why. Because there's this magical thing called media trained. And when you work in Toronto, you can't give the media any extra clickbait. If you said we're thinking about firing the coach, then that'll be all over everywhere, and you're gonna have 50,000 articles about it. And Craig Berube's house is gonna get
a good point.
And then this, that, and the next thing. In Toronto, the goal is to just not less is more when you're talking to Toronto media. And I think that is the reason. And Brendan, about the Brian McCabe take, if you look up this Spit and Chicklets podcast when you're done watching us, because we're awesome. Dan loves that podcast. Brian McCabe was their guest, and he talked about the year when he scored on his own net, and they kept calling him Brian McClutz. He said he was so thankful that Fletcher traded him out of Toronto because he literally was debating on retiring. Yeah. And be due to Toronto fan base. Guys, you can like it or lump it. We've done this with so many good players in Toronto. It is what it is.
I'm going to keep saying this fan base is toxic.
It's a passionate fan base, and I understand
passionate
that.
But toxic.
Yeah.
I think Bobby McMahon, I don't know if you guys heard what he said.
This comment.
I agree with this take. Pizzetta should have been called up a long time ago. Go ahead, Lane. Sorry.
I actually think what Bobby McMahon said recently was actually like perfect to me. I think it was like a perfect way. So of course, because he got traded, the media was like, "Oh, is it hard to play in Toronto? Do you hate it?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, you know what? It sucks when they're booing us and they're bad." But he goes, "But you also love it because you know how much the city cares." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Don't get me wrong. The boys in the room, we're questioning ourselves. We might be starting to do things differently because we're hearing it, in our minds. We're humans. We're hearing it on the radio. We're hearing it when we go get our ice cream and stuff." He's like, "But at the same time, it's nice knowing a city cares." He goes, "I could play somewhere, be losing the same way, and no one's talking about the team or even cares who I am." He goes, "I also get a lot of people coming down the street be like, 'Yo, I want you to win a Stanley Cup, and I love you, and I want you to win. I want you to be amazing.'" He's like, "So the passion is sometimes it's a lot." He's like, "I don't get me wrong, but I think it's great that they at least have it." So I think he actually did a good job. I think what he said was accurate. That
I
it
agree.
can be hard to play here. The noise is a lot, but it's nice that we at least have a city that cares so much that when we do well, do good, and we are doing well, and we're doing what we can do. This city will love you. They'll do everything. They'll walk your dog for you. They'll do everything. He goes, yeah. When we're losing, it's a little bit hard, but that's also on us to be a bit better.
I want to say one other thing that I think so. It's passionate. The reason I think this fan base can be toxic is because one main thing, I see it constantly. So, like, if you don't see it, you don't see it. I see it constantly. People flip-flop on players all the time.
Oh, of course.
And it's easy. Like, I see people praising Bobby McMahon, and then he gets traded, and they're like, oh, this guy's so inconsistent. And he can go on a heater, and then he can't. And he's crap anyway, so whatever if we traded him. And I'm like, I hold the same opinion on Bobby McMahon as I did at the start of this season. He's inconsistent. He's not worth $5 million. He's going to get overpaid in the offseason, and people are going to complain about him. Wherever he signs in the offseason, people are going to complain about him. Because
I think he's worth at least $4 million. I don't think he's fell off from 5. I just want to answer a comment. I just want to answer a comment here. Losing beards are a bad thing. I love my beard. The problem is, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to get a little few gray hairs, and I like.
It says breeds, not beards.
What?
It says breeds. Like losing makes things go bad.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Well, you can tell that's my lovely reading skills. Well, never mind both that's comments then. Never mind.
That damn white trash guy. Yeah, the Leafs actually won a game. Pop the champagne bottles. Plan the parade. Don't actually plan the parade.
Yeah.
Plan the parade for the Toronto Argos, not the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm kidding.
It's back on.
Argos, go.
Ew.
Nailed it.
Yes.
So I continue about my beard thing?
I didn't even get to finish my point.
Say what you want. Nylander had a 3-point game tonight. Nylander, he's been the only one that's been consistently performing during this slump. I'll keep defending Nylander because of his playoff performances.
100%. But go ahead, Adam. Finish your point.
Well, no, my point was, and it's my thing is that when we say, well, all we want is people who care, but then when players care, in my opinion, I think this happens a lot, is that I think a lot of people see things weirdly in this city, is that unless you're hitting and you're being physical and you're doing this and that, and unless you have a smile on your face and you're laughing it up all the time, you don't care. Or like if you're not showing and you're not acting a certain way on the bench, in the media, when you're walking into the building, people say, well, they don't care. I disagree. I think this team does care, whether you think they show it or not. They wouldn't be here and they wouldn't still be playing hockey at this point if they didn't care about actually playing hockey and caring about this city. And I think it's only, and when people say that, I think Leaf fans actually only like some at least only like certain, like Pizzetti. He played 3 minutes today, but I could go ahead and I could say he's here for the exact same reason Ryan Reeves is here, but everybody hated Ryan Reeves because he didn't do his job. Pizzetti fought right off the opening faceoff, and that's cool and all, but like he didn't do anything else, but he did do his job at least, you know. But if Ryan Reeves came here and did his job, Pizzetti wouldn't be here. And I think my thing is that I thought that Giroux, or how do you even say that guy's last name?
Giroux, yeah.
No, that's how they're pronouncing it tonight. It was
Giroux.
It's not.
No,
it's not Giroux because it's not spelled the same way.
That's how I pronounce it for the Maris. I know it's not spelled the same way.
I'm gonna just say Bo because Bo is his. I saw
first
people
name.
calling him Bo before.
Bo Levi Mitchell.
No, Jacob, why'd you cut me off? Nobody talked about the CFL yet. We know we know you're waiting to talk about it, but it hasn't been said yet. You're the only one who's mentioned it. But I thought he played great. Cowan played great. Pizzetti, as long as he keeps doing his job, he could be up here. But again, he doesn't do much else but be physical. That's all he does. That's basically his only job anyways. Larkin, I don't know. Tage Thompson's a weird case. I don't even think it's because... But no, I see his point, but I would go ahead and I would say that Buffalo should have been making the playoffs every year he's been there, because that team has been good enough to make the playoffs the last couple of years. There's just been inconsistency, whether that has to do with coaching or their GM being incompetent. It's the same thing you see about Detroit. Detroit should have made the playoffs 3 years ago. Like, Detroit have been, they've had the roster and they've had the players for like 3 or 4 years now to make the playoffs, but it's been incompetency by Yzerman at times making the wrong moves and the coaching being bad. But like, this fan base in this city are just very, I get it. It can be easy to play here when you're winning. But I think a major thing is that you do one thing wrong, you say one thing wrong, and this city turns on you, and you're not getting back into their good graces no matter what you do. And I just think just because it's easy at times, like just because you say it's easy to play here, and just because we say that all you have to do is seem like you care. But what is caring? I guess caring looks like only one certain thing to a lot of this fan base. And it's like, I don't know, we drive, I think a good thing, and a lot of different cities, why people like to play in certain cities is because they don't get noticed on the streets, or there's not a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more so, and I think it's more so cities like Toronto, it makes it hard to play, and it makes it easier to play otherwise because of how difficult, like, pressure is also a bad thing. Like, a lot of what makes this city good is also a bad thing in certain tenses, I guess, with how this fan base acts.
But what's your thoughts?
I feel like I
Lane?
explained it really badly, but
you've had your hand up like a very patient person waiting to use.
See, I didn't cut you off, Adam. See, I put my hand up like a nice boy, like a nice schoolboy. If I can dive in, okay. So again, I can't speak for every fan because every fan is different, right? Like, we all watch the game a different way. We all care differently. What has bothered me for the last 10 years specifically, and what makes me mad and what makes me come on here screaming and wanting to break things and lose my temper, personally, for me, is it's the caring part for me is more of the games when it's like, okay, so for example, 0-9 in game 7. To me, that's caring. Like, that's a big game when it's game 7 and you go get pumped 7-1 every time. Like, there's got to be one of those. There was only one that I know of in recent history where they actually played really good, and that was, I believe, the 2022 Boston game. They lost 2-1 in overtime. That's the only game in this whole Matthews Marner, JT Willie era where they actually played a really good game 7. You can be like, you know what? I'm proud of that effort because they actually played good. They just made a really bad line change at a terrible time with David Pastrnak on a breakaway. That happens. That sucks. But I look at the COVID years with Montreal. No effort in that game. They put in like 3 shots in game 7. They lose 7. Every other game 7 is it's either a 5-1 blowout where they lose 7-5 or they lose 7-1, and especially the last 2 or 3 years there. Sorry. But from the pandemic era. But for me, it's a lot of that. Like, and especially like when and again, I'm gonna say it, like the Mitch Marner game. Like, the fans want to see. The fans are so angry. They want to see that team come out. Like, if you remember 4 years ago when Tavares was in Toronto, was in Long Island, and the fans were like going crazy. The hitting was crazy. They put up 8 goals. They were right behind the fans. Sometimes I feel like the fans don't feel like they get the love back when there's certain games. Like, there's that 9-1 Nashville game. There's the the David Ayers game where they put in a backup Zamboni driver and they can't even get 2 shots on. I think it's games like that have happened over 10 years that have just built up so much frustration that now Adam is right now when it's like they do one little thing wrong, the fan base is jumping on them because it's been a
20 years. It's been like that.
I know, but I think it's
the last 10 years, Lane.
I know, but I think it's getting worse now because of what these fans have had literally put up to. When you think they had from 2003, when they had a team that could almost make the conference finals, that team faced a lot of hatred, but that team also faced a lot of love in this city.
Yeah,
that team got crapped on. I'm sure Brian McCabe got a lot of crap on, but Matt Sundin got a lot of love. Curtis Joseph got a lot of love. And then, we had like 04, 05, 06, 07. You had like 6 or 7 or 8 years of absolutely doing nothing. You had like almost no rebuilding, no drafting, no putting together teams that were competitive. Then they finally decided in 2014 to finally do something about it. finally take a tank job, which is the word. I don't care what you say. They definitely did tank, saying, let's try to rebuild this franchise, get that first line guy. Let's go get the franchise boy. They start to bring in a Marner, a Tavares, a Nylander. They started to show, and even looking at 15, 16 season with Washington, this team was 100% right behind them. There was no negative when they lost the game. They didn't care when they let in an empty net goal against Curtis McElhinney. Nobody cared. But what happened was it's been building since 2003. And then you have the last 10 years of the same players because nobody traded anyone. And if you want to go on about Vegas, you know what they do in Vegas when you have one bad year? See you out the door. Bye-bye. You have one bad playoff, you're gone. You don't get another chance. You don't get to run it back. You don't get to play hopscotch on the sidewalk with your best friend. You're gone to another team. Vegas will literally trade your butt for playing one bad game in the playoff. And this team, Brandon Shanahan, all of the presidents, Treliving, had never made a single trade. They never traded one guy to shake it up. They never tried something different. They just kept running it back and running it back and running it back, where it felt like a Fast and Furious franchise where we saw the same damn movie 10 years in a row. We knew what was going to happen every single time they did it. We knew what was going to happen every single game 7, and they continue to never make a trade. They never traded Nylander. They never traded Marner. They never traded some of them. Then we lose Marner because they're so incompetent to do the damn thing. And now we're sitting in this organization where we suck now and there's no future. So of course the fans are mad.
Do I 100% agree with you, Lane. And something I want to add here. I love the fact that you brought up Vegas. Vegas, to me, is the premier franchise of this example. It was a horrible, tragic world situation beyond sports. But right before the opening face-off of the first Vegas game, a couple of days before, one of the worst tragedies happened was that horrible mass, I don't know, like a shooting? I guess I can say that word on YouTube. That horrible mass shooting happened, and a lot of people died. And I'm not comparing real life to sports, but the team got together, and the team not only just won the game, but the team got behind the city, and the team helped, the franchise helped the team. There were guys like Theodore for giving back to the community, not just donating money, but going and volunteering and helping victims and giving back to the community. Now, fast forward to Toronto. I forget the exact date, but it was in the playoffs. That man had an unfortunate mental health lapse and ran over some people in a cargo van on Yonge Street, killing 13 people. Horrible, horrible situation. That same night, the Leafs were playing, and they lost the game. And that was a prime example where the Maple Leafs could stand up for the city of Toronto, give back to the franchise, and not just win the game, but you could have had players giving back to the community. I'm not saying Leaf players don't give back, because a lot of them do, but as a prime example, when Vegas stood up for them, in these past 10 years, I haven't seen a game like that from Toronto.
Guys, I'm sorry, but I got to disagree pretty hard with a lot of things, and I get the comment section agrees with you guys, and that's totally fine. Not fully on everything. Like Brandon, I agree with what you're saying. I think comparing a Zamboni game to a playoff game, I don't see it personally. And I just look, I get that we're all frustrated, but at the same time, you can't compare, life tragedies to sporting events.
I'm not.
And Dan, let me finish. And I get what you're saying about the community. But you know what, Dan? A lot of Leaf players did give back to the community in that sense. The difference is people like you didn't care because they were too upset that they lost. And Lane, I want to address the Mitch Marner thing. We were all on here saying Mitch Marner had to go. So you can't say you wanted him gone and now say, oh, well, no, we shouldn't have traded him because of this. That we're all a bunch of idiots.
They tried to trade him.
We all wanted him gone. I do want to move on, though, because there was a comment from earlier, and I apologize, Voodoo Pork Chop, didn't see this right away. But yeah, you tried to give us a scoop on Mr. Fowler, and
yes, he did.
Huge game for Montreal.
Yeah, great game.
You're not the only one who thinks this. They're talking to Craig Button on TSN, and he predicts that Craig Fowler will be Montreal's Game 1 playoff starter. I still don't think he will, but Voodoo Pork Chop, I will say, Fowler.
Love the name, by the way.
Phenomenal. Dan, you say that every time.
Can I say why? Can I say even why I don't think he'll start?
Absolutely.
I don't think he's going to start, because, well, I think the difference in why
Jacob Fowler, not him.
The reason why they started, like, the big examples of Montreal goalies is Patrick Waugh, because I think he was a rookie. I don't think he won a cup when he was a rookie. I don't remember.
Yeah,
him and
did.
somebody else. I don't remember
Dryden.
the other. I don't remember the other goalie.
Ken Dryden.
I just don't remember Ken Dryden. Thank you. I think the difference is that, well, like, those were their two best goalies. I don't think Jacob Fowler. I think the game's also a lot different than it was like when those two won cups in their rookie seasons. The fan base, the pressure from the fan base is the same. But I don't think Jacob Fowler. I don't even think it's because Jacob Fowler's not good.
Yeah, I like Montreal this year. Real great.
Dobish is what, 24? I think he is now.
Around that.
But he was there. He didn't play. I don't think he started any of the games against the Capitals, but he was there. Like, he knows.
He did.
Not that he didn't play in the games, but he knows, like, the atmosphere. He knows what he's walking into, basically. Like, he knows what he's walking into because he's been in an environment, even if he didn't play. I also just think Montreal has to be careful with Jacob Fowler because young goalies, confidence can be ruined and then you're not getting it back. It's tough to get back when you're a young goalie, your confidence back. It's a tough thing to get back. And I think, Montebo's never going to start again. I think that's something that anybody can agree on.
Ooh.
I don't think Montebo, I think at this point, there's no way. If they're bringing up a 21-year-old with like
21
weeks left in the season, he's probably not playing another game for you. Which is fair enough. He is not
think he'll get
great
traded
this
at him?
year. I don't really know because that's not what I was trying to talk about. But
Just wondering.
no, he's done. I don't really care what they do with him, to be honest. They're either release him, but I don't think anybody's going to trade for him. Somebody's going to actually have to trade and actually want Montebo, and I don't think anybody's going to want him to give up an asset for him. So I don't think he's going to get traded. But like, you want to protect. I think Montreal should try to protect Jacob Fowler. If they start him, good, go ahead. I obviously think he's great and he's ready for the moment, and that's good for him. I would be glad if he does. Because that's great for a guy who's never consistently, well, he had one stint, but a guy who's had one real stint in the NHL starting playoff games like that is impressive. But I think if you have Dobish, who's played well this season, why not just go with him instead of putting all the pressure on Jacob Fowler at this point? I've told my friend Adam this all the time. I'm like, Jacob Fowler is going to be a great goalie for you guys. Don't put the pressure on him yet. If you guys really want to put the pressure on him, and then I would be more remiss not to put a ton of pressure on the guy. That's all. That's all I really care about. You still have Dobish is a young guy. He is a rookie. But I think he's played more games at this level where I think his confidence is more, oh my gosh, what's the word I was trying to use? His confidence, I think he'll be more fine than Fowler is just because Fowler hasn't played more than 10 games at this level yet. Like, I think I think Dobish has been in this, has been under the pressure because he started a lot of games this year. I think he's more ready, I guess. Is what
and actually, Adam, to make your point even more valid, Dobish did actually start a couple playoff games last year, and Montebo got hurt.
He did.
Now, mind you,
I couldn't remember if he did or not.
Just being honest, he didn't play great, but he has playoff experience. I think Jacob Fowler has to be your backup for Montreal. And I
100%.
He was great last year in the AHL.
But I do think Dobish has a very short leash if Fowler continues to impress in his NHL games. No disrespect to Ottawa, but that was against the Ottawa Senators, who have been playing really well of late. But still, he had a great game against Ottawa. Let's see if I don't know who Montreal plays. I don't know. I don't have their schedule in front of me. But it'd be interesting if they can give Fowler a really difficult opponent and maybe even a really hostile environment and see how he does. I do think Dobish should be your number one, but on a shorter leash than a puppy you're trying to train to stop going to the bathroom on the carpet.
I think Dobish has proven enough that he should have longer than a short leash. He's had a great season this year, to be fair.
Not for me.
I think Dobish look really good.
But he's been better than not an impressive thing is to be better than
No.
Montembeau at this point. No offense to Montembeau. He just
He's
hasn't
struggling.
been great this season. But like Dobish is 21, 6-4, a 297. It's not great. And an 892 save percent. Again, not amazing. He's started 31. He's played 31 games. And it's like, I would also
San Jose
say
and Anaheim.
Montreal's defense has not
California
been phenomenal this year. And it's one thing I would be surprised if they don't try and upgrade this summer. They have a lot of young, of course, they have a very young, like a lot of young players in their defensive core. Like, but I would say, like, I think Dobish has earned more than a short leash, I think, because he's, despite the 892 save percentage, like, I think it's amiss to say that he's not played in front of a phenomenal defense this year with a team that just can outscore their opponents anyways.
Yeah.
But I think a guy who started 11 or played in 11 NHL games, I don't think you could give the guy who's had more experience and has played great for stretches of this season. I don't know why you give him a short leash to try and start a 21-year-old who's doesn't have tons of NHL experience. Maybe it's just me not wanting Montreal to maybe ruin a great goaltender. Just to get, like, it may not ruin him, but you never know. Like, it's better to be safe. Right? It's better to be safer with him than it is, like, not to say that Dobish won't get ruined by it, but like, you don't want to just go ahead and ruin him just in case. Like, if he proves that he can start, I say go ahead and start him, but you might as well protect him while you can. You might as well try and protect him for as long as you can, I guess.
I just want to say, every time I see ice in the veins comment, and I'm sorry, Lane, I'm going to poke a little fun at you and your tie cats. I think of when Bo Levi Mitchell put up that touchdown to take the lead with like 15 seconds left in the Labor Day Classic, and he's like, ice in my veins!
No, there's an even better one, Jacob.
It was like the only good
better one.
Do you remember what I said? I said he should go to the hospital and get checked out then.
Wait, Jacob, there's an even better one that I can remember. I could be wrong, but D'Angelo Russell, who is his veins, that was his celebration every time he had a three. He shoots a three. He turns around, does the ice in his veins celebration, and the shot misses. Bounces straight up, and it doesn't go in. And he said the ice in his veins, Sully. It is maybe the funniest thing. It is such a funny clip. But he was young when he did it, but it was hilarious.
77900.
Someone's glad they won.
Yes, a win's a good
I'm
thing.
glad they won. And I want to address a comment back here too about these games for the Habs. It'll be interesting to see which game they give Fowler, because both of these are not easy opponents. And I will say I would love to see maybe how Fowler looks against San Jose's offense, just because San Jose.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
I mean, Macklin Celebrini, I literally think is the next like face of the league. Like him and Bedard are going to be the new faces of the NHL, and people who don't see that in Bedard need to get their eyes checked. And Dan, but I look at that, and it'll be an interesting stretch there to see how. And I'm not saying if Fowler has a bad game and don't play him again. I don't mean that, but it's a game. As just a hockey fan in general, I'll be watching that one maybe if I'm not at work to kind of see. I mean, I'll be honest, I've been tempted to start watching Montreal games instead of Leaf games lately. Just because
I am.
My coworker and I were talking about that the other day about how boring the Leafs can be to watch. At least today, the Leafs were entertaining. And yes, we did get a CFO mention. I have a CFO topic for us in a little bit that's gonna be very interesting for the league that I want to break down. But go ahead, Dan.
I just want to say quickly, I agree with his Fowler plays. I was lucky enough to see Fowler. I've seen him in 2 AHL games, one last year, one this year. The one last year he played phenomenal, and this year he played even better, right? So I think he is the real deal. I see what Adam's saying, wanting to protect a young goaltender from the stress and everything. But the other thing, too, I forgot to mention I was talking earlier, was I agree with Lane's point about the Islanders and Tavares, how when the Tavares came into town, they blew up the score over Toronto. And again, when Mitch Marner came to Toronto, it's another big game, and they didn't get it done. So I don't want to go on forever about it, but I just want to.
Nobody cares.
This is just why did you bring it back up then?
because I
trying
forgot
to
to
drag it
mention.
along.
Okay,
Dan, by bringing up the comment, you're trying to drag it along.
I didn't say.
I like
okay,
to
it's-
say, as the
crybabies
saying goes, you can lead
for
a
what they
horse to
do
water,
every time
but
he
you can't
comes.
make him drink. And I will say, I've said this to Dan, I can lead you to a thought, but I can't make you think.
Dan,
Completely different
Dan, because you brought it
situation.
up,
And
he wants
talk
video
about a fan,
privileges.
and talk about a fan base that was salty. Islander fans are still crying about Tavares wanting to leave,
Yeah.
and they got better. I'm an Islanders
They
fan.
got better, yeah. They
I
went
will
to 2
say
straight
this,
conference
and this is
finals
a hot
without it.
take. When John
bunch of
Tavares, as an
whiners.
Islander fan, I was thrilled when he left, and I hated that Toronto signed him. And Dan, you can remember that because I said,
do.
I don't think this John Tavares is as good as everyone says he is. But we got to get to some more comments here. Habs are fun to watch. Sometimes a little sloppy, but Hudson and Demidov are crazy. It is
they
crazy.
are.
Demidov will not win the Rookie of the Year this year.
That
with the
is
season
crazy.
he's having, just
That is
because
crazy.
of Matthew Schaefer has just been like
Nobody-
Matthew Schaefer is just in like a category of his own.
Oh, I know.
I want to say one other thing. I want to say one thing about the Rookie of the Year race because I feel like everybody talks about this like it's a 2-horse race, and nobody talks about the guy who leads all I think he leads rookies at all points. I don't remember. He might be tied with Demidov. But Beckett Seneca has
Phenomenal
51
year.
points this year as a rookie with the Ducks. He has been phenomenal. Nobody talks about him.
That's
and I
true.
hate it. It's not a 2-horse race. 2-horse race, people. It's a 3-horse race.
True.
And Beckett Seneca has been just as good as Demidov, and he's been just as impressive as Demidov. And I find it quite disrespectful. So I'm going to bring it up now because we
Good
talk,
for you.
even us here, we've talked about it like it's a 2-horse race, it feels like. So I feel like there's a lot of disrespect towards because of where he plays.
Poor guy needs some Benadryl.
And I feel like that sucks because we say the same thing. The same thing about like some players who play in Carolina or if they play like Sebastian Aho gets disrespected a lot.
Jacob Slavin.
Like it's I'm not Jacob. No. It's not because he plays there. I don't think
Not
it
the
is.
horse
Because he plays a
race.
boring
That's what it's
it's that and he plays a boring style of hockey. It's technically a 3-horse race until Schaefer wins it. I think Schaefer's winning it personally, but I
think it has to be Schaefer.
Took
But
out
it must
Crosby for Canada, and now
if it's a
Matthews
no-horse
coming.
race, then how does Schaefer win it if it's a
Needs to
no-horse?
feed him
If it's a
right.
no-horse race, that means Schaefer's not even in the race
Okay.
himself.
Yes, dude.
And
I
this
don't
comment
think
it-
here,
You meant
Yeah,
to say
I do agree.
one-horse race.
Ian, we actually argued. We had a pretty heated discussion earlier in the show. So when you're done watching live, you can rewind it back. We really talked about that a lot with. And yeah, I think Gunas, as a recap, Dan and I and Adam all feel is going to get a pretty hefty suspension. Well, Lane, on the other hand, thinks 1 game at most. And Lane and
I
all of us
don't-
did-
I don't know what you're
didn't-
talking about.
we all explained our takes really well. So if you're interested in that, Ian, once we're done live, you can always, as Dan went, and go back. And
Old VCR sounds.
yeah, quick shout out to
Wait.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, the Hamilton native.
go.
Makes
Yeah.
the record for most
Great.
consecutive 20-point games. Good on you, SGA.
Amazing.
I
He
love
has
SGA.
like a-
By the
Yeah,
way,
really nice
is
guy.
a huge CFL fan. I would just
Wait,
That's
Jacob?
why he's a Ticats fan.
Jacob,
He's a
wait, go to the
Ticats
comment that
season
was just
ticket
above
holder.
Brendan's.
That's
Jacob,
right.
wait, go one comment above. No, that's the last comment you just brought up. Oh my God, there you go. I don't think so. I don't know what you're talking about. I
Stop
don't know what
thinking,
you're talking
Adam.
about. I don't think. No, I don't.
I'm the
think.
one that doesn't
I don't know what
think.
he's
I don't
talking
listen
about.
or I think.
You're telling me to stop thinking. You weren't thinking when you made the comment. Clearly, no
Ooh.
offense, but it's true.
piece of sugar. Hate to leave for one game
player
sounds about
safety.
right. What a joke.
He
Yeah.
needs player safety.
I
They
thought he
are.
meant
We all know
something
what he's talking about, Elaine. We know what he's
POS.
talking about.
but no, it's interesting here. Fair point. Points are fair.
Mhm.
And
Points
you
are
don't
also
know. It's going to
earned.
be interesting to see what happens with Gunas. I'm interested to see how the Leafs play. If maybe
way-
this is the game that I'm going to say this, and I don't think it's going to happen, but wouldn't it be hilarious if Toronto Matthews is injured for the season, which that part's not funny, by the way. But let's say that Matthews gets injured. This team is so pissed and actually goes on a run and makes the
Aw.
playoffs. That'd be the funniest thing ever for them to get swept by the Tampa Bay Lightning. But it would be really funny.
Such a leafy thing to do.
It is. So, and yeah, sorry, Ian, you did.
We're not.
I know I'm right.
There's no way you're still believing they can make the playoffs.
Lane,
I didn't say I thought that. I said it would be a very leaf thing to
do. You
do.
still believe? And mathematically speaking, and yeah, dreams are
important.
No, it's actually
do you know what I think would be really funny? Wait,
okay,
guys,
do I
actually,
think realistically they'll make the playoffs? No. Do I think that but I do understand how math works, and mathematically they still have like a 3% chance mathematically of making the playoffs.
Wait,
I'm not talking about the one that you're talking about. I'm just talking like mathematically speaking with records. They still have a very slim, and I'm not going to do the exact math because I don't feel like doing it, but they do have a very slim chance mathematically of still making the playoffs.
Wait, I do want to say this because I think this would be really funny. I don't think it's going to happen before all of this team's fan base attacks me after I say this. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I think you guys are going to make the playoffs. Don't come at me about it when I say it. But I think it would be really funny with how everybody here has talked about the Habs. I think it would be hilarious if they miss the playoffs. After all this talk about them Dan's talked about them going deep. Everybody else, I think it would be personally hilarious. Will it happen? Definitely not. I think the Habs are probably going to make the playoffs with the way they played this season. But I just personally think it would be hilarious to me, especially with how Habs fans have talked. Some Habs fans have talked. I think it would just be hilarious. Hilarious. Don't think it will happen, but
CFO question. Deuce Vaughn is currently the rights are owned by the Calgary Stampeders. Now there are rumors that he might be taken off the Calgary negotiation list, and if they are, apparently Toronto was also very interested in him. But at the moment, you have Deuce Vaughn as a Calgary's negotiation list, meaning they have the rights to him. I don't believe he's been signed yet. Sorry, I just saw a CFO question and I got really excited.
Thank you. CFL season's coming up soon. So we're excited.
We have some CFO talk to get to. Matthew's injury scares me long term. Yeah, that's how I feel too, Ian. I really hope it's not. And yeah, I get the season is probably over, but still, not probably. It's like 98% over. But
no, I'm good.
Dan, you need to do it.
Anything's possible when Timothy goes to school. Ding.
I think it's because it annoys some people when like some people say the season's not over yet. I just do it because it continues to bother. So I know it's not going to happen. I already said you guys are going to make the playoffs. No need to bring it up. I know you guys are going to make it. But I still think it would be hilarious because there's still. Anything could happen. I would find it hilarious. Not gonna lie.
You know what? I will say this about Habs and Leafs fans. I see a comment here about cocky Habs fans. I think both fan bases can be pretty cocky.
Both fan bases. It's funny because Habs and Leaf fans, they hate each other so much.
And they're so similar.
They're so much better than each other. Yeah. They're literally the exact same fan base. They're both fan base. They're both delusional as hell. Both fan bases are the exact same. Like, none of y'all are better. No, Habs fans in the chat, you're not better than us, and we're not better than you guys. It's literally the same exact thing, but the exact same fan base. Two of the most ridiculous fan bases in hockey, in sports in general, to be honest. And that's coming from a Leafs fan. I know how bad we are as a fan base. I think we're a horrible fan base, but you know what?
Matthews got hurt in the second period to answer that question.
Just after he scored.
Look up. It's on social media. It was a dirty hit.
It's all over social media.
Two best fan bases in hockey. And hey, you know what? It's hard to. They're both very passionate.
Not just hockey, but the world. You know, you would compare them to like soccer fan bases in Europe, right? Like it's crazy.
I'll be curious to see.
Fan bases in Europe are so much better.
I'll be very curious to see what the Jays fan base will be like this year.
Yes, yeah, I'm excited for Jays.
Man, Vladdy's killing it over.
Looking good at spring training and Vladdy.
Wait, guys.
Josh Naylor participated in 2022 in a Paul Kariya sweater. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Wait, guys, I have a question for you. So none of you,
25,
even in the chat, nobody is allowed to look up the answer. If you look up the answer, you're fired. You're fired. So without looking it up, what happens? What do you think happens? What rule is it? What happens if the referees don't show up to a game? What do you think happens? If
Yeah, 10
referees
seconds.
don't show up,
10 seconds
and
to
there
come up
can't
with your
be.
answer.
Wait, there's something else. If the referees somehow can't show up, and there can't be an agreement who the replacements will be, what happens? What is the
I have
rule?
an
What
answer.
happens?
Dan, you got to wait. We got to give
Okay.
people time to answer, to think.
I have an answer.
Well, you got to wait 2 seconds.
Ian, don't put the answer in the chat. Don't put the answer in the chat.
Does
I swear
a
it-
bony driver becomes the referee?
Nope, you're wrong.
That's a good
You're
guess.
Ian, do not put the answer in the chat. If you do, you're fired.
Whoa, we got
That's
a lot
the
of
rule. I don't
comments
make the
coming in
rules.
again.
Thank you. Jacob, answer the question. You're next.
I am going to
answer it. Hurry
guess
up.
and say the game doesn't happen.
Nope.
You have a game
wrong.
without
Lane,
refs.
your answer. Jacob, you're wrong. Lane, what's your answer?
Home team has to forfeit the game.
Nope, wrong. The answer is, I will read out the rule to you right now. I have it in front of me. If through misadventures or sickness, the referees and linespersons appointed are prevented from appearing, the league will make every attempt to find suitable replacement officials. Otherwise, the managers or coaches of the two clubs shall agree on referee and linesperson. If they are unable to agree, they shall appoint a person from each side who shall act as referee and linesperson. The player of the home club acting as referee, and the player of the visiting club as linesperson. Okay.
That's crazy.
Second part of this question: how many times do you think this has happened in NHL history?
2.
17
Nope,
times.
wrong.
17.
Dan, you're wrong.
I'm going to
You're
say
wrong.
never.
Nope, you're wrong as well. It's happened once, 1983. But you were wrong, Jacob. Doesn't really. Facts don't care about your feelings, Jacob. You were wrong either way.
We got a lot of comments to get to, which Ian already knew, and he didn't spoil it for everyone. So
yes,
thank you,
Ian.
What a
You're the
gem.
best.
The Leafs got 3 more goals after Matthews got a goal as well. So they got 2 goals on that 5-minute power play, and then one of the guys from the Marlies got the last one on a
with an absolute snipe.
snipe. Oh, and then Nye's got an empty netter as well.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm not
absolute-
nice so far.
And we have
Like
a
an
debate here about
absolute
fan
snipe.
bases here. This is
Whoa,
interesting.
love it.
Montreal fans, 25 Stanley
guys are
Cups. We are
still bad.
louder. We don't wear suits and sit on our hands. We party hard and celebrate cups.
Nice.
You guys are just as bad.
Now we got
Don't act like
24
you aren't
cups
as
in
bad.
1993. Ain't exactly yesterday. Sorry, Brandon. Neither 67. I got to say that as a Leaf fan. I can't. Also, how's it going, Matt? I believe you might be new to the desk. So if you are,
I
welcome
think
to the
so.
desk. Love the hat. And if you haven't, if you're enjoying the show and you haven't already, please
subscribe
They
to our
just got
channel.
here. They just
Well,
got
maybe
here.
they've
How
you
long
probably
would they
know
have
they've
enjoyed this?
they've
They've
been
been here
here
for
for a
3
bit.
minutes. They've been here for 3
Ian
minutes.
shared the channel to him. Thank you very much, Ian. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Love it.
You are new. Well, Matt, welcome to
Welcome.
the Analyst Desk, where every day feels like game day. We got to get to here now.
Just-
wear suit / sit on hands. I will say this. I've never been to a game. Oh yeah, he's your boy, Ian.
Yeah.
Not
I
that
was like,
many
never
players
been to a
wear.
game
Not
in
that many guys wear
Montreal.
suits at games.
But
say that.
no, but
I don't know
I
how
think
many
what he
people wear
means
suits.
is that Toronto crowds.
I know
are very
exactly what he
corporate.
means.
We've
I know
all
exactly
said
what
that
he
too.
means.
Bell Center looks electric. I mean, truthfully, apparently, from what I've heard, and you guys can give me hate if you want, apparently one of the best environments to watch a game is Calgary. People
Oh,
say the
for
fan
sure.
base is just insane in Calgary
Sea of Red.
because, and I'm
Apparently
going to say this
the
too,
arena
because
is
it's
shit,
affordable.
apparently.
Well, the
Yeah,
arena's
it's
terrible,
old.
but the fans are
The
incredible.
arena's terrible, apparently.
But the
Don't
fans are incredible.
forget, before
it's
Joel McGinley had his explosive year in 2001, they actually closed the upper dome of the Saturn, right? Like, it was
I know.
sad. And Calgary almost
almost
lost
moved.
their franchise. And they traded Joe Nieuwendyk for Joel McGinley, and Joe Nieuwendyk
trade
got his
ever.
cup in Dallas with Bud Hall's foot in the crease. And Joel McGinley played well in the minors and became an NHL superstar. And that saved the Calgary franchise, one of the best
Voodoo,
hockey trades in NHL history.
Voodoo, just because you were the last Canadian team to win it and you may be the next, That doesn't mean you're bad. That doesn't mean you're not. You guys aren't a toxic fan base. You guys are just because you guys have won recently doesn't make you any less toxic than the Leafs fan base is. You guys are just as toxic. You guys are great.
Fan bases.
You guys, they're literally. I don't think you guys are getting it because you have so much bias. Like even the Leafs fan in this chat, you guys are not getting it. Okay, Montreal's fan base. You guys, just like the Leafs, you guys have good parts of your fan base. You also have very vocal and very horrible parts of your fan base. It's the truth, whether you like it or not. It's true. The two fan bases are very similar. You guys can argue all you want about how you guys have won cups. I'm not saying you guys are a crap like franchise or anything. I think you're misunderstanding what I said. But the two fan bases are super similar, whether you like it or not. It's the truth. You don't have to accept it. But you're mad, but you're also mad for a reason. It's because you know it's the truth, whether you like it or not. And congratulations, you guys might win a cup this year. Congratulations. Cool. Have fun with that. Have fun trying to win.
I don't know. Could I just say I personally love the passion from both fan bases. Sure, people can argue that both can be toxic, but Adam, I do agree with you in a lot of ways. It is funny. It's kind of like that Spider-Man meme when everyone's pointing at Spider-Man.
Like
they're so similar. But we got to get to some more comments here in that Canadian.
Thank you, great comments, everyone.
It is very true. The Leafs did play really well without Matthews. Now you can argue it two different ways. The Leafs played better because Austin Matthews wasn't in the lineup. The Leafs played better because their captain was injured and they all stepped up. It's one of those things. I think the team stopped waiting for Matthews to save them when he was out of the lineup, right? They had to go do it themselves. And I don't know if Craig Berube realized he's allowed to coach and he did something, or John Tavares maybe realized he doesn't need to wait to be spoken to. He can speak, or Matthew Nyes is really passionate in his second intermission interview.
I saw that, yeah.
So that could be it too. So honestly, I was happy Cowboy got into a scrap tonight and Willie actually threw a hit. Yeah, it was nice to see.
Yeah.
I loved the fight from Easton Cowan, and actually, I gained a little bit of a new respect for Easton Cowan tonight because
me too.
Cowboy.
He went up against a guy that he had no business fighting and held his own, and it was a good time. And here's the difference: it was a good time to fight. Max Domi, he just pushes people when it's the worst time to do it. There was a hit on Robertson that was questionable. The team's already taken out your captain. It was the perfect time to have that fight. So I absolutely loved it from Easton Cowan.
But Jacob, what's so funny is a good thing, and I knew this about Cowan when we drafted him, after we drafted him. He's literally, this is just how Cowan plays hockey, though. Like Cowan is a disturber. He's a punk, basically. He acts like he's a punk, basically. He just goes around and he pisses people off. It's what he did in London. It's what he's doing up here. And I love that he's finally doing it. And what's so fun, I just want to point it out again. What I thought it was going to happen when I mentioned it happened exactly how I thought it happened, because you're all are acting like you guys are all acting like literally 5-year-old children in the chat right now. No, like it's true. It's pretty funny, actually. You guys
pissing contest here.
You guys are having a pissing contest about nothing. You guys are all babies.
What are we doing?
Sorry,
oh my gosh, Blade. Hi, you scared me.
Like it or not, you're all
pissing?
acting like enormous babies right now. It's hilarious. It's pissing contest.
Well, we love the comments, so bring them in.
Hey, you know what, Voodoo Pork Chop, we appreciate you. I'm glad you enjoy us. And hey, we'll be doing lots of CFL content, and I can't wait to talk about Davis Alexander. I will say,
thank you. I appreciate the compliment, Voodoo.
Yeah, we appreciate the compliment as well. And yet, I'm very interested.
I am always right, Brendan.
I'm very interested
to see just keep proving it.
How Alexander comes off that hamstring.
What have I missed? Holy.
And I think that's why too they brought in Dustin Crum. There's some comments I want to address between the fan base argument. I think that's kind of interesting here. Kucherov owned the Habs in that series. I think that was more because Price and Weber got injured. And I'm sorry, I think Kucherov's a bum. Great player, but the guy's a bum.
I love Kuch.
Wow.
He is a bum.
Crazy.
He's a bum. He's a great player, but he's a terrible spokesperson for the league.
Why?
He isn't trying
What do you
to
mean,
be.
why?
He isn't even trying
I'm
to be.
sorry,
To
but
be fair, he
everyone's
isn't trying to
celebrating
be.
him being pissed drunk in those interviews, barely even wearing less clothes than people do at a certain kind of gentleman's
I
club.
also
I'm not going
love
to
it.
mention.
I find it
I'm
funny.
sorry,
Sorry, I
Kucherov,
find it funny.
I love
phenomenal
Kucherov. He's a
player.
tank.
Phenomenal
He's
player.
himself.
But so you're telling me if you have a kid and you are wanting them to look up to an athlete, you want them to look up to Nikita of Never Stay Sober Kucherov.
That's why I don't have
I
kids.
want my kid looking up to Sidney Crosby. That's a real man, face of the league.
I never said he was the.
Not
but
Kucherov.
Jacob,
But
Jacob,
Kucherov is
will say
known as
this.
one of the faces of the league.
Okay, Jacob, can I say something with? Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm angry.
Kucherov, what's funny is
More
you consider
comments coming
Nikita
in. Love it.
Kucherov a face of the league, but Nikita Kucherov, despite what a lot of people want to think, he isn't trying to be. If he wanted to be a spokesperson for the league, he would have been. He's not trying to be. He's exactly he comes exactly as advertised. He
Yeah,
doesn't care
100%. I agree
unless
with
the
that.
games are serious. He isn't trying. It's not like he's trying to be the face of the league or anything. Crosby is a perfect representation of the league because all he cares about, and it's like he shows it. He cares a lot about hockey and he's very serious about it. Nikita Kucherov, despite like the NHL tries to push him as a face of the league. Well, if you look at how he acts, you shouldn't exactly put him as the face of the league. Personally, I'm okay with the interview because I don't think outside of Lightning fans, I don't think a lot of people and people in Russia maybe, but I wouldn't exactly be pushing a kid to look up to Nikita Kucherov. To be fair, he's a phenomenal player, but I wouldn't be showing him clips of him pissed drunk doing an interview.
No, but it's one of those things.
To be fair,
I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but when Don Cherry did the Bubble Beer commercial, he was told by the NHL he was not allowed to do that because it was promoting drinking. But Kucherov is allowed to be drunk as a skunk, shirtless, and then get a Budweiser sponsorship out of it. I'm going to leave it at that.
Was this during was this when after they won a cup? When was this exactly? I don't remember.
This was after they beat Montreal in the playoffs in the Cup Finals.
Okay,
and
so
Don
it's after
Cherry
he won
had
a cup.
phenomenal Bubble Beer commercial.
Sorry, but of course he was pissed drunk after winning the cup.
It wasn't after he won the cup. It was like, oh, maybe it was.
He just said it was after he beat Montreal.
Okay, but at the same time, Sidney Crosby's done interviews after the cup, and he was able to keep a shirt on and stay professional. And I'm not saying he can't take his shirt off. William Nylander does it all the time.
But I'm just saying he was pissed. I could understand. They shouldn't have picked him out. They should have known he was piss poor drunk. Why the heck are you interviewing?
Well, I actually blame the NHL more than Kucherov. I just don't like him. I just don't like him. I wouldn't invite him.
Like him, Jacob.
I'm not inviting him to my wedding if I ever get married. He's not coming over. He's not.
Am I invited to your wedding?
Places for sausages. It's just not happening.
But that's more in the, like you said, Jacob, that's more in the league than it is on Nikita Kucherov. Nikita Kucherov's not trying to be the face of the league. That's just I don't think he's trying to be. If he was, he wouldn't have been piss poor drunk doing an interview after the Stanley Cup Finals. But
and true, the Leafs did win without Matthews today, but I think it was more again.
He scored an important goal.
But I get what you're saying.
He scored the 2-2 goal or 3-2 goal. Sorry, not the tying goal, but he scored an important goal. But
and again, Ian, I hate to say it. I don't mean to be a jerk, and this is coming from a Leaf fan. We can't say much, and we've never won a third round in our franchise history.
It sounds like a YouTube poll. What fans are better, Habs fans or Leaf fans?
Wait, no, Dan. But what's funny is neither fan base is good. Neither fan base is good. They're doing. Wait, this is so
love
funny
this take
because this is exactly what I expected to happen.
Love this take.
Yeah, he does take a lot of good shots.
3 points tonight for Matias Marcelli. Put him with good players. He'll play well.
Well, why did he suck at the beginning of the year when he was with good players?
He played at Matthews for 2 games, and they scratched him for 2 months.
Yeah, because he was terrible.
2 games, Dan. Max Domi's been terrible for 2 years.
Yeah.
Berube plays favorites the way you do.
Oh my God, Matias Marcelli is Finnish. I had no idea he was Finnish. I thought he was I thought he was
he was due for a new deal. Hopefully the Leafs can keep him.
I did not know he was
keep him. I like him.
I think he'll stay. I think he'll stay.
There's no way you knew. Did you know he was Finnish, Dan?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I looked up if they did trade for him.
That is so I did not know he was Finnish. I thought for some reason
He sounds
that
Italian.
He was
Curious.
Yeah,
if
I know.
Ian
That's
thinks
that.
they'll lose
A
to
lot of
Tampa
people apparently thought he was
first
Italian.
round. Who would Montreal
is
be
so
playing
funny to
right
me.
now?
This
Guys, I actually think
this comment section
wow,
is
I don't know why I just
funny.
sound like I've never been through puberty. I swear I have. I think Montreal can actually go on a run if the goaltending can hold. So
Yeah.
right now, Montreal is sitting third in the division.
I've been saying
Yes,
it
they
all
will play
season.
Tampa right now. I will say I think they have a better chance against Buffalo, although Buffalo, wow, they actually lost finally. But Buffalo's that team's fun to watch, man. I love the Buffalo Sabres right now.
Yeah, definitely not Brendan.
Apparently everyone knows. I didn't know he was
finished.
finished.
I didn't know he was finished. Now I'm not
Maybe.
everybody, of course, but I of course didn't look up Matthias Mitchell. I didn't look up and see that. He was
You
finished.
really don't like Matthews.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
He's
though.
the way I feel about
Wow.
Kucherov. You would invite him to dinner.
wow, man.
Hates the
You
way
got
you
some,
walk.
like,
Hates the way that he talks. Hates
Canadian
the
white
way that
trash
he dress.
guy. have a
I don't
suggestion
blame
for
him.
Canadian- Wait, no, guys. I have a suggestion for Canadian white trash guy because I think he has some deep lying issues here. And Canadian white, I have a suggestion for you, buddy. I have a suggestion. You don't have to take my suggestion, of course. But I think what you should do is you should turn off your TV, stop watching the Leafs.
That's what I
You should
did.
Go and talk to, and you guys should go and talk to somebody about your deep lying hatred for
Talk to
Matthews and Nylander because I think genuinely there might be some deep lying issues there, man. Why you hate these two so? It might also be you can also find out why you hate Sweet so much. There might be some serious deep lying issues there. Because this is some serious hatred I've never seen.
Oh, Axe
Can I say this,
Crosby.
though?
Yeah,
Actually,
Crosby has come out and said that the Bell Center is his favorite arena to play
Yeah,
in.
that's because he grew up
Yeah,
a Montreal
cool.
fan.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking. I'm not talking about
He's a
what
Habs fan.
when I brought up my point is I'm not trying to say I think Montreal their environment is crazy. I would never say Toronto is a better to watch a game in. I would never say Toronto is a good place to watch a game in because the environment is terrible.
Kind of sucks.
It is
Yeah.
horrendous there, and it's been there for a while. And cool, but what the original point of what I had said that started all of this was that both fan bases are the exact same. Cool that the environment is nice, but both fan bases, especially online, are so toxic. And you, Voodoo, you continue to try and prove my point wrong, but you continue to prove my point right. Every single time you comment, you are proving my point right.
But keep
My
commenting.
point is,
We love the
continues to
comment.
be right, buddy. Continue to comment, but you're
Andrew
proving my point
Matthews.
right.
I'm not sure who Andrew Matthews. Welcome to the desk, the franchise guy.
I've never heard of this
you're new.
Andrew Matthews before.
I believe he means Austin Matthews. Probably good old.
I don't
autocorrect.
know, Jacob. He doesn't mean because he said Andrew Matthews. So until he corrects himself, he means Andrew Matthews. And I don't know an Andrew Matthews, so I will not be having any debate about an Andrew.
But yeah,
Matthews.
it is true. I thought Austin Matthews was having a really good game until the knee injury. And I'll say this about the two fan bases. I think for now we can just all get along. Can't we be friends?
I
Why
want to
can't
say,
we
too,
be
to the
friends?
franchise guy, thank you so much for joining the decks with us. And if you haven't yet, they like you around discussing that you've seen, please subscribe to the channel.
And have a
And thank you so much to our loyal viewers who have been commenting, liking, and sharing. That is humongous for us. Helps us grow the algorithm. Means what we can do for you. So thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it.
Okay, here we go. So Canadian White Trash Guy is defending his point here. Just saying players that won't do their job correctly, nothing. You know what? Fair enough. I will say,
Yeah,
especially
I get
William
that.
Nylander, I think he forgets that there's back checking involved in hockey. He just likes to get breakaways. And hey, you look, guys, I think Leaf fans can be upset about it, but Montreal is the best Canadian team right now. Absolutely. Welcome back to the desk, Hamilton Sports Central. If you love CFL, here's a channel for you, Hamilton Sports Central. It's a miracle Toronto won. Does this mean hell will freeze over? Maybe.
Yeah.
You know what, Voodoo Pork Chop? As long as you get to laugh, I say laughter is the best medicine. So I'm happy. So Austin Matthews scored. I just need Elias Pettersson to score. Oh, good luck with that.
Wow.
Unfortunately, Matthews, again, knee injury, as we got a comment early in the show saying he did walk off, which is a true point. So maybe it's not as bad as we're saying it might be.
He needed help getting off, though.
But he was able
Brandon
to get
Carwell
off.
helped him. That's why he gave up first round pick for him.
Oh, good Lord. Don't get me started on
Oh
that.
my gosh.
But I will
Please,
say, guys,
let's
I want to
fix.
say this before I wrap change subject on the fan bases. toxic or non-toxic, great teams or bad teams, one thing that is for sure, the fans are educated enough to know to not throw a shoe on the ice when someone gets a hat trick. I saw that happen in
This is
Phoenix.
honestly pretty funny to me.
And
I love this debate
love
that
the
I started.
fact that both fan bases care. And I will say that whether you agree or disagree with the way the fan bases act, it is nice to see the way the fans care. Same in good old the CFL with the Saskatchewan Roughriders. But the fans are not going to be very happy in Saskatchewan. I don't know if you guys saw this. No more tailgating.
What?
In Saskatchewan?
I'm confused. How can
Why?
they get rid of this?
Hold on, I'm going to read you it.
Wait,
a
did
bill
the province
that
get
would
rid of it?
allow Saskatchewan, a bill allowing tailgating Thursday officially bring it to a bylaw comes to force. All regulations are mandated. The bill, which was proposed for the writers, so basically meaning now each tailgate permit without a permit. So you have to get a permit now. Okay, so the article is a little misreading at first. So it's somewhat no tailgating, but you are now going to have to buy a $500 permit for every tailgate. You do.
$500?
Jacob,
the Rough Riders allow season ticket holders to hold a lottery for tailgating. However, now these season ticket holders are going to need some kind of permit, not whether the riders will get the permit themselves or not. Before, it was kind of like it was in Toronto, where Doug Ford is just like, tailgate,
Uncle Dougie,
beer at 7-Eleven. School teachers don't buy your own pens. It's all good, guys. I make labels. Anyways,
Uncle Dougie for the win.
I did want to bring that into people's attention about that interesting development.
If politics start getting brought up, this is your own fault for bringing up Doug Ford.
Well, I'm just saying because it's a different rule from Ontario.
I know, but you always say we shouldn't get into politics, and then you bring up the most polarizing political figure, one of the most polarizing political
the most?
You could think of a lot worse than Doug Ford.
Nobody is one of them, to be fair.
Oh, wait a minute. Before we get started, let's start with a Coke Zero.
Corruption want their cut. Very true. Corporations want their cut, especially in Saskatchewan. That is very
That's
true.
A great point.
You guys travel and do shows at That's an interesting idea.
Whoa, what a great idea.
We should.
Love that idea. I mean, Lane has brought this on a lot about doing watch parties. We want to get better equipment so we can do good watch parties. We've also done
this year, though.
Lane and I have also done civilizations of different sports and games. I'm sure we'll do something else soon. But
he's talking about one specific thing, Dan. He's bringing up one specific thing. He wanted to ask if we were doing one specific type, like just a show at tailgate parties. I think that's what he specifically was asking about.
No, I know. I'm just saying we do different things, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying he was asking about one. I'm just saying
I can answer this question for you. We will be doing some traveling stuff, and we definitely want to be posting on social media when we're going to be going to different cities, even if we're not, just so we can even come and like meet some people, right? Because we would love to meet people face to face who do who come on the show and comment and the subscribers, as we are trying to build a community.
Yeah.
Just like the show community with Childish Gambino.
So check out our Instagram, TikTok, Facebook pages. We do post at different events. Lane always posts when he's at the OJHL games, which is awesome. So yeah. Voodoo, I do go Hamilton, Toronto areas. Yeah, Wick from Sports Central does. That's another great podcast to follow. Wick goes so in depth with the CFL, talking to a 13-hour live free agent show. Definitely check that out. And Wick and I will be helping out the CFL Fights Cancer this year with the Fight Cancer Walk. I know Wick will take part of that. I'll be taking part of that too. So definitely keep your eyes open for that as well.
Yeah, definitely a lot of content coming on. And yeah, true. You might get a $200 fine for farting without a permit.
Yeah, nowadays.
Guys, wait, I have a question for you really quickly.
Hold on. Jacob and Dan head to Ottawa. We will be at the Ottawa game, definitely. Ottawa again.
Yes.
We
were there last year. It's where we all met.
Jacob doesn't want to include me in Lane, of course. You know.
But he's just saying because we went
there. You come with us.
I'm joking. I will come. Well, if you guys want me to, I will.
100%. Are you coming, Lane?
For what? Where am I going?
Ottawa.
We're going to Ottawa. We're going to Ottawa, Lane. No,
Maybe.
No, I'm
Yes,
kidding.
yes, Lane.
We're coming in a basement right now. Pick you up, Lane. Let's go. You're
Yeah.
finally getting out of Adam's
No,
No, we're
basement.
coming to Adam's basement to pick you both up.
Exactly.
Oh,
I'm
hey,
not in my
Voodoo, thank you
basement,
very
but-
much. We really appreciate the support, good sir.
Thank
Wait, I have a
you.
question. Wait, guys, I have a question for you guys. I want to see if you
25.
guys know. Without
Set
looking it up, of course. What goal, how many, well, it's really a two-part. How many and who are the goalies in NHL history with 9 or more 30-win seasons?
What was the
Cujo?
question, sorry?
How many, and, well, you guys could just name the goalies you think have 9 or more 30-win seasons. Like, this is NHL history. What did you say, Dan? 9 or more 30-win seasons.
I don't think Cujo does because he's on a lot of really bad teams.
Nope. Not on the
Brodeur?
list. Brodeur
Brodeur
is,
probably.
yep. He also has 9 consecutive 30-win seasons.
Well, yeah,
which is
he's on the best
ridiculous.
defense in NHL history, but
Okay.
I'll save that
Okay,
argument. for
keep
another
late. Jacob,
We
I
have
didn't ask.
3 guesses in the chat.
Okay, you got 2 of them right. Fonte's
Nice.
not in there. Brodeur and War.
I'm gonna say
So Brodeur and War are the only 2 that are right so far.
maybe
Hasek?
Hasek?
Nope. He does not have 9 30-win seasons. Do you want me to give you how many?
Dwayne Fuhr.
There are 6. There's 4 more. What, Dan?
Dwayne Fuhr.
Fuhr. Nope.
Hasek was no.
There's only 2 so far. Of
Ken
6.
Dryden?
Nope. Ken Dryden didn't play long enough to do that, I don't think.
No, I was gonna say
Bobrovsky.
Belfour's there.
no, it wouldn't be
Belfour's there.
Bobrovsky. Belfour
Oh,
is there.
Belfour. So we got 3.
Yep.
No Bobrovsky, eh?
Ron Hextall?
Nope.
Well, that's a good guess.
Vasil. No, probably not Vasilevsky. Only been in the league long enough.
Okay, keep going. You got to put in the guess. Nope. I don't have no idea who that is, but nope.
David Ayers.
No.
Nope. Wait, Jacob. Have
Hi.
you guessed anybody else? You got to get.
I said maybe
want you- Nope.
Vasilevsky.
Yes, Vasilevsky's there. He just did it today. He's the newest
Right.
member.
Oh,
He's
nice.
done it. Wait, even crazier. He tied Brodeur for the most consecutive 30-win seasons. Price is not on the list.
Wow.
He's not on the list. There's one more guy.
Price.
I don't think Fleury did. No.
Nope.
Fleury.
Oh no, Fleury is not. No, he is on that list.
Oh.
Fleury was the last.
Whoa,
one.
Fleury.
There's 5.
Nice job.
Wait, there's one more. There's 5.
The Longo.
Nope.
No.
Good
He
guess.
did not have that many. We got 5 so far. There's one more.
You know what? I'm gonna give you an oddball guess. Chris Osgood.
Nope. I don't think you guys
Whoa,
are gonna
good
get it.
guess.
I think you guys are gonna all underrate this guy, and I don't think you guys are gonna give it to him yet. I think this is gonna take a little bit, maybe, but I'm not sure. I'll see how long it takes you guys to name this guy.
Wouldn't be Howard.
Do you want me to give you guys the
Hendrik
We got a
Lundqvist?
guess of Turco in the chat.
Oh,
wait,
that's a
did you-
good guess.
Okay, wait. Do you guys want me to give you a range of years?
Give me a
of
hint.
Okay, I will give you a range. I won't give you any years.
Good question,
Any
Adam.
years. He may have played these years. He may not. I will give you. So he has played at some point between 2000 and 2020. Those
So
are
it
the
wouldn't be
years.
Mike
I'll give you a
Palmateer, although I love
20-year.
that guess.
I had a
A
guess.
20-year.
Who you guess, Lane?
Okay. Lane, you better not be looking this up.
I'm
I
not.
see you looking at something, so I feel like you may be looking
Hendrik
stuff up.
Lundqvist? That's my guess.
Oh, wow. Did you look up Henrik Lundqvist?
No, he said it earlier. No one heard
yeah,
him.
Henrik Lundqvist. I didn't hear him say Henrik
He
Lundqvist.
did
boy.
say it. I heard him say it.
He is the only other member of the list. Yep.
Wow. Nice
Not
question.
Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky!
He had some rough years, guys. He had some rough years.
Before this wonderful question came up, Hamilton Wick commented he's going to 18 CFL games this year, which is incredible.
Wow.
That's
12 for
crazy.
the Ticats, 6 for the Argos, and 2 for Ottawa. So he's got his whole season planned out. So I know last year, Jacob and I, we hit, I think, 12 CFL games for the year?
14.
14. So hopefully, I hit 14 Jays games last year. We've hit
I wanna
one Leaf
hit
game
more.
so far.
I went to like 3 or 4 CFL games.
Yeah, so hopefully This is an impressive list here, Wick. Well, hopefully we get close to you. We get up to double digits at least as well.
An analyst desk road trip to go watch CFL games.
Let's go. That'll be some good content.
By the way, I don't know if you guys saw, Leaf tickets have dropped in price.
Yes, I told you. Good with the Anaheim game tonight.
I didn't see it till 6:30, so it was way too late for me to go. But you could have got tickets for tonight's game for $90.
What?
We should have went, bro.
They were down to $90 for tonight.
Okay, wait. We should just wait and see for another game this year. There's plenty of games left.
That's what I've been saying.
Plenty of fish in the sea.
What?
There's plenty of fish in the sea. Under the sea.
I can see. I just can't hear.
Oh, damn. Yeah, clearly, because I said there are plenty of fish in the sea, and he's like, I can see. I'm like, that's great, bud. Still not working. I mean, probably not, in all honesty. But
hey, the tickets are down a double digit now. That's a good deal.
who do you guys? Okay, actually, this is a great question.
Oh, good question.
Blaine, I want to start with you.
Oh,
Pressure's on. You're full screen.
I want to see John Cena because then I won't see him, so then I won't have to be mad at him. If I can't see the coach, how can I be mad at the coach?
That's a good one.
I don't know. I'm kind of think maybe we need someone who's never done it before because it seems like every time we bring some old guy, they always have this certain way about going about it. So maybe they actually need a new coach. Maybe the Marlies coach. There you go.
Okay.
I have an answer.
Every time you bring in an old guy, they seem to have their way.
Want to go old school? I'm going to go John Tortorella. I love this guy. I give him so much. Dale Hunter is a great one. But I love how John Tortorella stood up. He lost his job for the Philadelphia with the whole Carter Hart situation. But I love the fact he stood up what he felt was right. And I think that's the type of guy you need leading a team. So John Tortorella was my guy. He also saves dogs, too. So give him credit for that.
Adam, who are you thinking?
Give me a second. I need to find them.
Definitely not John Tortorella. How many Toronto Maple Leaf players, coach, and management are in the Hockey Hall of Fame so far? That's an interesting question.
Oh,
yeah, Nylander Ruffendorfer's breakdown.
Okay, I found my coach. I found.
Oh, Adam just froze.
I just don't know. He is currently coaching in the QMJ.
Adam, you completely froze when you said his name. Say it again.
Yes, I know. I came back to the screen, Jacob. You guys gotta keep. You guys don't have to tell me that. I know when I'm freezing. I know the reason I fret. Can I go now? No, I don't want to be full. I'm not gonna give my answer full screen. It's not happening. No, I won't answer full screen anymore. Gardner McDougall. He coaches Moncton right now. He was phenomenal with Oh man, he coached in the U Sports, but I don't remember what program he coached. But Gardner McDougall is his name. He coaches Moncton in the Q.
My other answer is Bruce Boudreau. I think he.
Okay, you don't get to give two, Dan. You get to give one. You don't get to give two.
My answer, you bugger.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You trucker.
Okay.
You know what, Dan? You just lost microphone privileges.
Are we going to answer Ian's question?
We will. I just want to give my actual explanation on. I'm kidding, Dan. On Bruce Boudreau. I think Bruce Boudreau is the perfect mix of a player's coach and a hard ass. Players love him, but he expects a lot out of his guys. He's a really good short-term coach, and Matthews only has 2 more years on his deal. So I think you need someone to try to get in here and try to quickly turn this team around. So I think Bruce Boudreau would be an excellent coach. However, there's a very good possibility we're going to deal with Craig Blender Berube, and the team will continue to be 2 packs of butt. But let's get to Ian's question here. How many Toronto Maple Leafs players, coaches, and or management are in the Hockey Hall of Fame?
What a great question.
How many players are even in the Hall of Fame right now?
Sundin's there.
Fame, I think.
Well, no, don't start naming players. Just guess how many. How many in general.
Okay. I'm gonna guess 9.
9?
9.
9.
Like all
in
time?
History. Like all time.
Yeah.
This is all time. That's a crazy, wildly. That can't be it, Jacob. That is crazy low.
Ian, am I close?
I could probably name 9
I know you said
players.
take
who are
some
probably-
guesses, so I'm just saying 9.
That is really low, Jacob. That is
9! Way more than 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you gave us a hint already. Thank you.
There
Love
you
it.
go,
You
guys.
are
I got you a
way
hit
too
for
low,
I'm going to
free.
say like at least 30.
There's gotta be
Ferdy.
more
Wayne's
than
saying
30.
30.
There's more than 30.
Probably like 70.
Well, the Leafs have been around every single year the NHL as a league has been around. The Leafs have been around for more than 100 years, guys. We're talking about like a lot of players who have played for this organization. Man.
My guess was 21, so it's definitely more than that.
I'm
Like
gonna guess a high number, and I don't think
might even be in the
I might be
hundreds.
less. I'm gonna go 120.
That'd be a good guess.
120.
70 is
Okay,
70
close.
is close.
So
Okay,
my
so
other
I'm
number
way
was
off.
98, so it's not bad.
I guessed
We have
to
more than
120. So
81.
I think I'm way. I think
81. I like that number.
67,
81.
67. Last time we won the cup. That's how many guys are in Hall of Fame, I think.
6'7".
What are we thinking, Ian? Is it 67? Survey says?
He's typing now.
He's
It's like you're
just
taking the iPhone and waiting for text to
I'm
come
gonna
in to
get
see
90
three dots
now.
moving.
Well, we can't see that. I'm gonna guess 90 now. I went 120. Now I'm going to 90.
He's saying 70 is close.
I said
you-
81.
Yes, we want
please.
the answer, Ian.
What's the answer, Ian? We're never gonna get this. We're not
Yeah,
smart
we're
enough
never
to
gonna
know.
get it. It's got to be between like 70 to 90. I would think 78.
Oh,
78.
oh,
The most recent is
Wow.
Dave Anderchuk and
Okay.
Eric
Oh,
Lindros,
yes.
Pat
Okay.
Quinn, Phil Housley, and Pat Burns.
Wow.
Nice.
I
Great.
knew there was gonna be more than 9. Like that was a horrible guess.
Interesting fact with Phil Housley.
Horrible guess.
Do you know, unfortunately, Phil Housley only played one game in regular season as a Maple Leaf. They got him a trade deadline in 2003, I believe, and
Yeah,
he got
players can't
injured.
go.
And then he did play a couple games in the playoffs. Unfortunately, I don't think he even got a point as a Maple Leaf. But at the time, I remember when they made the trade for him. Phenomenal trade. I think he's arguably the best American-born defenseman to ever play. He is that good. Like, you don't think that's true.
Brandon just called you out, Dan, for saying I don't think that's true.
Of what? Phil Housley being best American-born
Not
defenseman?
He's not Brian Leach.
Oh, Brian Leach's up there, too. I
Oh
love
my
Brian
God.
Leach.
Dan, you're
Maybe-
going to need to think more before you give answers about
Nah.
other American players. Before you
Thinking's
dive
for the weak.
crazy.
Adam, you just said you never think, and now you're telling Dan to
I
think.
don't think.
Yeah, you hypocrite.
I told him to think. I told you to think. That,
Burns was a tank.
About
about
playing
playing just one game. Oh, okay.
No, I mean in the regular season. I think he only played one game. He played a couple games in the playoffs because he retired right after being a Maple Leaf. He got injured. I did mention the playoffs. Correct. He did play in the playoffs too. Yes.
So he's
Yay,
like,
we're
one-
on the same
only
page.
played one shift after.
I
Remember,
know.
guys,
I
as
was
said,
so
you gotta
sad
look
to
up-
watch.
You got to look up the Gilmore files.
I know. I know.
Always a blast jumping in here, boys. We have to head out for the night. Make like a baby and head out, Ian. Have a great night, and we'll see you at.
Thanks for
another
joining
day.
us, Ian, and thanks for sharing us. We really appreciate it. We got 4 new subscribers so far
Oh,
today
wait.
when we're on air, so thank you, everyone.
Guys, I can't believe nobody mentioned. Did you guys see Ottawa got their pick back for this year, but they're stuck at 32? So Ottawa,
it's
the playoffs cannot get a lottery pick this year. They are stuck at 32. They've got their pick back, but they're stuck.
that's crazy.
Interesting question here, and thank you for putting it back in the comments.
Oh,
I just want
man.
to scroll back up and grab it. The Leafs
think-
with the Habs way hiring an ex-player that never coached. Who
Hmm.
would you like it to be?
Oh, I got this.
Oh,
I got
okay.
this. Jacob,
Who-
full screen me. I got this.
Yay for Pat Burns. Pat Quinn sucks. Amen,
Pat
brother. I
Burns
agree
was a
with
legend. I loved him.
He's been on Toronto media. He's been picking up names, been picking up some waves in the media.
Oh,
A lot of
no.
the fans want him.
Please
Are they going
don't.
to do it? I'm going to say Chris Pronger.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh, that's actually interesting. Maybe.
I have one.
I hate that late. I'm sorry.
I have one. I was going to say Mark Giordano, but he is currently coaching in the age of the Murray. So my other one for coach has never coached is the legend Gary Roberts. He would be a phenomenal coach in the NHL. He does some spring off-season training with guys. He drinks all the crazy healthy energy drinks, and I think Gary Roberts is a tank. He's like the Chuck Norris of hockey, so I say Gary Roberts.
We got a couple comments here. Keith
I have
saying,
like a
wow,
couple
thanks,
of-
Adam, for the stat. Ottawa fans
No,
must
Ottawa
be
fans
so
are
mad that all
happy.
their faces are going to freeze that way.
They
in
lost
anger.
their pick originally. Wait, okay, wait, I have a question. Without looking it up, guys, do you guys remember why they lost their pick in the first place?
No.
You guys
Yeah,
remember
because of
what
the
they
Shane
did?
Pinto suspension.
It wasn't
Right.
the Shane Pinto suspension.
Yeah, it was the trade
Nope.
issue with what's his cookie?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Jacob,
Help me.
so you were wrong. You were wrong originally by thinking it was
Then I got it
Shane
right.
Pinto and nothing to do with
Roberts
it.
is a good
He's gonna
choice.
trade
Yes,
the guy with the no
Roberts.
trade clause. That is crazy.
I never got to
Antonov.
answer. I
I'm
by
gonna
the way.
go. I have an answer too. I just don't know.
Well,
I have
let Jacob
multiple
go
answers
then.
in my head. I have more interesting ones. I just
Good
don't know.
point,
the
Brandon. More of a CEO type, overlooking everything. Yeah, I am gonna go with one that I think you guys might be a little surprised with, and I'm gonna say Robert Reichel.
That's a great one.
Really smart hockey
I don't know
mind.
what that even
The way
is.
he played, people always said he would be a coach. His family has some coaching ties overseas. I would really like to see him come in and be the coach. I think it'd be nice. I don't think it could be a huge name that
I
like
like
everyone's
Robert
gonna
Reichel.
go like he's the best player to ever touch the wood.
Well, look how good Montana St. Louis been as a
Maybe
coach.
even
I didn't see that.
Anderchuk, if you want to bring like
Ooh, ain't it, Chuck?
some old school vibes. Like a Pontiac vibe. That's old school because Pontiac doesn't exist anymore. R.I.P. to Pontiac. Love Pontiac.
I've had some like
Yeah.
interesting names come into my head of players, like ex players
go.
who could be interesting. Like I've had Mario Lemieux came to my head automatically for whatever reason.
I think Crosby will coach when he retires.
I think Crosby would be a great coach. Mark Messier came to mind, but Mark Messier is an ass.
Well, he's so much on TV right now.
Yeah, I don't think Sundin would be a good coach for Toronto. I don't know what deporting him. I don't think he's even in Canada. at the
Oh,
moment.
he's in Sweden now. He's not even in Canada anymore.
Tweeted!
Mikhail Gaboski still lives in Canada. I saw him on a commercial Instagram.
Martin St. Louis, perfect timing. Young team
He's
rebuilding.
also
No pressure,
really
had time to
his
learn.
hockey
Very
IQ
cool.
is crazy.
I agree with that comment
I love
100%.
Martin St.
Montana St. Louis
His
has been
hockey
amazing.
IQ is really high though as well. Marty St.
Fun
Louis
fact,
understands
He
the
says
game.
his favorite coach he's ever worked with was Tortorella.
I'm not surprised.
See,
by that at
I'm
all.
right. John Tortorella, new
A lot
coach
of
of the
people-
Maple Leafs. Let's
A
go.
lot of people have talked about liking playing under Tortorella. He has high standards, but it's not like he's like a complete dick. Like people just have like a bad look on them, I think.
Ah.
No,
Draft
no,
lottery.
they are 32. No, they are
Awesome.
32. They are stuck at 32 this year. They got their pick back, but they are stuck at 32. Their pick cannot move at all from 32.
That's crazy.
They have to stay. It's not crazy. That's a part of their new punishment now. They wanted their pick back, but they don't get it back and then get to be able to win the lottery this year. Like Chicago shouldn't have gotten the first pick the year, like when after their scandal, they shouldn't have gotten it. And Ottawa, I don't even think Ottawa should have gotten their pick back. They broke the rules. They knew they broke the rules, and then their new owner acted like a crybaby. Same thing with their fan base for years trying to get this pick back. They got it back, but they deserve a punishment still for it.
Hard 32.
Hard 32. That is crazy.
That sounds like a 32% liquor. Like
Yeah, that
some
is
kind of like drink.
crazy.
It's hard 32, the vodka of champions. Torts is like the yelling chef, no good for a team. Well, I'm surprised that KM White Trash Guy, you're not a Torts fan. Just the way you talk
Yeah,
sports, I thought you would have been a Torts fan.
You're
But
like
would you say
crazy old school.
But then again, Gordon Ramsay yells at everyone, and he literally fixes families and restaurants and hotels. Oh my!
Yeah, he's in this hire him as a coach. This guy, a complete non-hockey guy as a coach. Why not?
You know what he would
what's
do?
interesting?
He would just go up to like Matthews when he doesn't know our back checker. He would like, you know what you are? You're an idiot sandwich.
Wait, guys,
literally.
guys, I have 2 more inclusions of players, I think. What about Scott Niedermayer?
Oh, that'll be a good one.
And then my
Mr.
other
Toyota
one is,
Prius.
this one's a joke one. I think this would just be really funny.
PK
So currently
Subban.
he's not retired. He is currently still playing. He is not playing in the NHL though. He's old as hell. Owns a hockey team. It's yeah, damn it, Lane. You ruined everything. You ruined everything. I was hyping it up, Lane, and then you
So
ruined
funny. They eat the scissor. Yorger.
Lane.
I thought we were playing guessing games again.
I'm actually really mad at you, Lane. I'm really mad at you right now.
I'm never gonna give you up.
I don't think I'll ever forgive you for this.
Okay.
I don't think I'll ever forgive you.
I
Niedermayer's
know.
originally a Leafs draft pick. Yeah, I know. The Leafs love to draft really good people and then get rid of them. PK Subban.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
Oh, he would not be a good coach. PK
What about
Subban
Sean
would not
Avery?
be a good coach. He would not be a good coach.
No, I know.
According
No,
to
he
my
would be
cat, I'm an
horrible.
idiot sandwich because she looked at me dead in the eyes when you said that. Well, Key, I don't think you're an idiot sandwich.
Nah,
Oh my
you're
gosh, I have a
good.
lot of pick comments coming in. I ran Cruz and Stone Mason's deal. Torts is a bad crew. That's fair. And I will say I've worked in management roles as well. And I'm not the type that's gonna like scream and shout and let it all out. Like I don't think
That's
really
true.
cool.
That's a good
I am
point.
just surprised though, and I don't mean this in a bad way, Canadian white trash guy.
Hey,
I
Lane,
just
that's a good song.
The way you talk about the players
yeah.
you like, I thought you'd like a real hard ass coach.
Apparently, he likes really hard players, but he likes really soft coaches.
It actually draft him. It was their pick. Yeah, but still, Leafs just do dumb things all the time. Very.
They
very
didn't do
sad.
something dumb. They just traded a pick that they owned that turned out to be Scott Niedermayer.
Yeah,
That
but the
was
Leafs
like-
trade. Yeah, but like you look at the Leafs, like imagine. I would love to do this one day. Maybe we'll do this one day as a show. I'd love to build a Leafs roster with all the players the Leafs got rid of.
Okay, yeah, but I want to say one thing because I think it's important when we do that to look at it that context that
Ooh,
like
LeCavier.
LeCavier would be a
that's a
good
good
coach
one.
actually as well, yeah. But like
Yeah, they trade that pick
we
for it,
all
yeah.
we all make
How about
fun of
Thomas
these, but, like,
Callaway?
that's all in hindsight, guys. We all have hindsight about this stuff.
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, of course it looks dumb now, but like the team only did what they apparently thought was best.
I didn't know Vinny works at the Habs.
Oh, me neither.
I
That
didn't
makes
know that
sense.
either.
Martin St. Louis was
Of
his
course.
line mate, but I
Of
did not know
course he
that.
does.
Very
Of
cool.
course he does. Why am I not surprised by that?
You know what? I could see Joe McGinley coaching.
Yeah,
He already pretends to be a coach for those pizza commercials.
that's right. Sticks in the middle. Oh, why not? I said, why not?
consultants.
Why not
Ooh.
Thomas Callaway has coached the Maple Leafs?
He's just good looking. That's all. That's all.
He is gorgeous, but why not? I hope we can have Ty Domi.
He can't speak.
Domi would just look at you like this.
Yeah, literally.
He'd just be stone face. He would not do anything.
Oh, we got one for coach.
Cody France.
Oh,
Okay.
I remember him. That'd be cool. I liked him as a Leaf. I wish they kept him longer.
Torch is
I
just
could see it.
stupid. He does
Yeah.
notice when his temper isn't working. Try fixing your problem correctly. That's fair.
That's a great point.
Coaches like Tortorella have a very short lifespan with a team,
Oh, yeah.
which is
Oh,
why I
Price.
think Berube is the same, which is why I think he needs to be fired. But
Price would be cool. I think we never have a
isn't Price
goalie as a
technically still
coach.
playing. Like he's still signed with someone. I forget
Yeah,
who
where
it
do
is.
we do that contract?
think
They don't
Harry
say
Price-
now?
Once Carey Price is
I
like
think they
out
don't
of
say that's that
contract,
contract.
I think once he's out of contract and he officially retires, I don't think Carey Price is gonna be heavily. I think he might work for the Habs, but he won't be heavily involved in hockey as much because I personally think a big thing of why he dealt with so many issues was hockey. I think he might
No, I agree with that.
like
Yeah,
fully
hopefully
step
he's
away
okay.
from hockey and he won't do much. He really wouldn't do much. I
He
think
may
he'll
be a
maybe
good
work.
goalie coach, though, like kind of working one
Yeah.
on one. I know, I get what you're saying here. He's quiet in a mouse. He's not a coach type, but I could see him maybe being a goalie coach, more working one on one. I know Cujo is a goalie coach too at times. True, or
Carey Price is doing
as we
40.
like to say on the analyst desk.
It's not true.
just because I like using my sound effects.
Carey Price is doing Ford F-150 commercials right now.
Subscribe.
I
to
think
our
one of
channel.
these days, Jacob should let us just do a bunch of just have Jacob front and center, and me and you just pressing a bunch of different sound effects for him since he does it over us all the time. We just hit it every time he talks. We just
Dale
don't let
Hunt-
Jacob talk for one whole show.
Interesting take
I
about
like Dale Hunter idea.
The only thing
won't-
with Dale Hunter is he coached in the NHL before and it was a disaster.
Yeah, but Washington's
say
a tough
this.
team of coach.
Wait. The only reason I don't think he'll ever coach for the Leafs is and I think everybody forgets this. His brother worked for the Leafs, and the way things had ended with him not getting the
Ooh,
GM
Brandon
job,
Gallagher.
things ended horribly between his brother and the Leafs. He will never
That's a good point.
ever join the Leafs after that. I think he is, and I also don't think he'll ever step foot in the NHL again. I think he owns the London Knights, guys. He's never leaving London again, I don't think. Him or his brother. I think unless they sell London, Dale is not leaving
But I mean, a lot of
think
former players do become really good coaches. Look what Patrick Waugh's doing in the Islanders.
he's a great
Oh, that's
he's a
true.
great
It's a
coach.
goalie as a coach.
He's a
Duh.
I
great-
love Patrick Waugh as a coach. Super aggressive. I love him.
He's like Dale Hunter, phenomenal coach in the OHL. Him and his brother run the London Knights so well. So well. I love it.
They really.
Brendan Gallagher would be an interesting coach.
He would be.
That would be interesting to say the least.
I still think Sidney Crosby once he retires.
Crosby would be a good coach. I think Crosby would be another.
I think
Better
Crosby
Wayne
would end up
Gretzky.
working for the Hunter was hired to get the cup for Ovi. He didn't get the cup for Ovi though. It was Barry Trotz.
Oh,
I
He
love
said
Barry
he didn't
Trotz
want to
as a
do the
coach.
job. He didn't want to do that job.
No,
He
I
didn't
know. I'm
wanna
just
get-
saying though, like he didn't succeed.
Yeah.
Barry
Yes.
Trotz gets them the
Barry
Stanley Cup,
Tr-
then they.
Oh my
then they let him
god,
go.
guys! Barry Trotz should be the Leafs' next coach.
He's the
Oh.
GM in Nashville at the moment.
he's
No,
not.
but
He
he's
stepped
leaving
down.
the job, Dan.
He
He's
stepped down,
Oh,
yeah.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
Dad,
Down-
Dad, admit you're wrong.
Okay.
Dad, admit you're
I
wrong.
don't think he wants to be coach anymore, though. Isn't that the whole point?
No, but he technically is still GM until they find a replacement.
I know, but I'm just saying. I don't think he actually wants I think he wants to spend the rest of his life enjoying his life.
Patrick,
I can't
Waugh
see him going back to hockey.
took some time to adjust to players' personality. Coaching kids in the real Q really helped him. Yeah, it's in. I
Good,
don't know
great
why,
point.
maybe teams should start looking at really smart coaches in the minors, like
Yeah.
in junior hockey, right, and try to find
Yeah.
there.
Which is why I brought up McDougal, because Gardner
Yeah.
McDougal was amazing in U Sports and in Canada and Canadian University hockey. He was great, and then he won the Q title last year, I think, with Moncton, if I'm not mistaken. He's a great coach, phenomenal coach, but he's also an older. He's old. He's been coaching for a while, so he is older. So maybe I don't know if that's the way the Leafs want to go, but he's never coached in the NHL before. But I do think it would be an interesting option.
You know who I think should be the Leafs' new coach? Lane.
That's right. Let's go.
I think
But
I
this
should be the
version
next
of you,
coach.
Lane,
Let's
and
go.
then this
I'll whip
version
him
of
into
Dan
shape.
can get them there,
The tires.
and then
At
Adam
least have
can
common
find the
sense.
puck, and
Yeah.
then I'll shoot the game with the camera. Look how nice I look. There you go. I'm a very pretty man. Ovi won the cup. Won
That's
the cup.
crazy. to
Vegas
say.
removed his coverage to the goalie zone. That's the reason
That's
Ovi
crazy.
won.
Yeah.
No, they were better. Holtby outdueled Fleury in that series.
I agree with that. I mean,
Wait,
Fleury
that's
played
why
Holtby
we're
was
here, man.
phenomenal in the
but
whole playoffs.
Sen should have hired Juan, my opinion, blew their chance. I mean, Travis Green did a
Oh, that'd be
decent job
cool.
there.
That's interesting.
But I mean, realistically, I think I'm curious what you guys think quickly here. Do you guys think St. Louis might win Coach of the Year this year? Because I do.
Yeah,
No.
100%.
I don't think he should win it this year, but I have said it on the show before. Is I already know who's winning Coach of the Year. I just forget his name, right? Like it's on the tip of my tongue, but now I don't remember it. It's freaking Lightning's coach. I forget his name.
John
now.
Cooper.
John Cooper.
Thank you, John Cooper. John Cooper should have won it. Should have won it 3 times by now, and he still hasn't
Sabres
won it.
coach, Lindy
So
Ruff.
I think
Yeah, that's
he
a
will
good
get
take.
it. I think he'll get it this year, even though I do
Yeah.
think either
It has to
I
be
have
Lindy Ruff.
Lindy Ruff or Marty St. Louis should win. But I personally do think John Cooper should have already had it by now. But you know what? All of the I think Marty St. Louis will win it though next year. He'll win it at some point soon. He's a phenomenal coach.
Before I let you guys go though, in the description we promised some NFL. So I'm curious
Why did you promise that, Jacob?
Because I felt like it. Max Crosby. Out of these destinations, I doubt he'll stay in Vegas, but still. So you're going to go to Detroit, the Chiefs, Bills, Bears, or Texans? Dan,
Bills.
quickly. Dan's saying the Bills.
We've been
Lane?
busy last couple of days. They're going to make one big final splash before the season starts.
Lane Dashing Dashko.
I'm saying the Chiefs. Chiefs are loading up this year again.
Adam, no full screen.
No. Why the hell would I want to
read your name?
Okay, I know what my stupid name says, Jacob. I will say this before I answer. I heard apparently the Raiders have already told teams they're not going to trade Max Crosby anymore.
Oh.
I do want to say one thing after I say that. After Jacob, you give your answer. I think he's going to the Bears. Chiefs don't have anything to trade for him. I don't think they'll trade. I don't think they have the assets to do it, nor do I think the Lions, nor do I think the Bills do. But I think he'll go to the Bears.
I think he's going to go to the Texans. I think the Texans know that they're not going to be able to score, so they have to keep defending.
Right.
I think Max Crosby wants out of Vegas. As much as Vegas might want him, I don't think Crosby wants to stay. Why would you want to stay in Vegas? I could also see him going to the Chiefs. You're saying the Chiefs should bring back Aiden Hill. They might bring back Aiden Hill. Oh, we got a Cowboys.
Okay,
Cowboys.
Yeah, something I did want to say
on the list. I like it.
NFL related. Apparently, according to reports I saw on like Friday, apparently both the Raiders and the Ravens both knew about Max Crosby's injury and that he was currently injured. So they had agreed to the trade. So the Ravens had agreed to the trade with Crosby injured. They knew Crosby was injured. Raiders knew it when they were talking to the Ravens, and the Ravens knew. So apparently the Ravens then got cold feet and said no at the last second to the trade. The trade was supposed to be go through this week after the trade was agreed last week. And so apparently there are talks around the NFL that apparently nobody wants to do. A lot more GMs are going to be more reluctant to do business with the Ravens after what just transpired because of how they conducted business that time, knowing that they knew Crosby was injured. So the reason they backed out wasn't because the Raiders didn't tell them about Crosby's injury. It's because they got cold feet knowing about Crosby's injury. So the Ravens, I don't know. It's interesting that the Ravens knew about it and still agreed to it and then backed out at the last minute.
Yeah,
Crazy interesting.
And as Brandon's saying too, like they literally pivoted the next day to Hendrickson. He's a great player, by the way. So I'm curious then actually though, do maybe the Bengals go after Crosby with Hendrickson leaving the Bengals?
Oh, I could see that, yeah.
Or do they use that money to fix their O-line so Burrow can actually get injured, stay healthy for a season?
Jacob, since you brought up their O-line, to be fair, they've been fixing their defense this week. They've actually made some nice signings. They made some signings of the defense. And to be fair, their protection actually hasn't really – last year's issue wasn't necessarily Joe Burrow's protection. The last 2 years has been really their defense has been near the bottom of the NFL the last 2 straight years. Their defense has been horrible since they made the Super Bowl. So it's not the offensive line's fault. It wasn't that bad last year. It needs to improve, of course, but it's not as bad as it has been previously. To be fair, it's more on the defense than it is on the offense. The offensive line, at least. I just wanted to say that.
Fair enough. Be interesting to see how these teams continue to build, and we'll keep an eye on NFL free agency. But on that bombshell, I think it's time we end for the night.
What bombshell, Jacob? I'm kind of scared about this this bomb you're talking about.
Do you know what the bomb is, Adam?
Me? I'm the bomb?
It's Dan's butt. Dan's butt is the bomb. I want to thank everyone for joining. Yeah, Burrow could win MVP if he's healthy. I do.
I thought he should have won MVP when Josh Allen won MVP, but that's just me. That's my personal opinion. No, it's true. He was dominant that season.
Hey, how's it going,
Leafs are back.
Funfish? Yeah, Leafs with the big win.
Well, Funfish, you're too late. We're getting off now, man. You joined the party too late.
I'm
Funfish
sorry, Funfish,
always entering late.
but I still have work to do tonight because I'm a crazy son of a gun. But
Yes, you are, Jacob.
I gotta get up at 5 a.m.
No, you don't, Dan. That's a lie. You can easily get up at 5:02.
Well,
That's
okay.
that's a true statement.
I was
Dan,
at work. Oh no, Funfish.
what do you have to say?
Well, too bad, Funfish. Too bad, so sad.
I work late nights, okay? Well,
Hey,
Well,
that's
just
okay,
go back and
Funfish.
watch the 2-hour show then, Funfish. You just won't be able to talk to us.
You can
That's
still
all.
comment though, just we can't. I mean, I will
That's
say
you
if you
won't
comment. I do read all the comments, and I will go back and reply to them. But
yes,
we'll be doing a lot
that's a
more late
lie.
night shows later in the week as well, like over the weekend. We have some more shows coming up. Don't you worry,
Maybe.
Lane. Don't worry, Lane. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm so worried. I'm so worried.
This is the Tie Cap police because he said a nice thing about the Argos last show.
Oh, I gotta run.
Oh, wait, Jacob. I told my dad I would mention this. So if I don't mention it, I feel like my dad might get mad at me. So you know what? I'll mention it because my dad asked me to.
freak people out. Where do you work?
My dad wanted me to mention rugby. So I shall mention rugby.
What's going on in the rugby world?
Well, it's just the last weekend of Six Nations rugby. So there's the title still to be decided. 3 teams can win it. Crazy
That's
weekend.
sweet.
So 3 games all on Saturday. So I get a fun day of rugby on Saturday. So woo! And then the Leafs.
Late retail.
I love how you left the last part of retail empty. Like we're supposed to guess.
No, it's a face.
Do you live in retail shoe?
No, it's a face.
Jacob, I don't believe you. No, I don't believe you.
God help us all.
Okay, guys, whenever someone says this about retail, mixing is a really bad movie. Do you guys remember the movie Food Fight with Charlie Sheen?
No.
Being a
Charlie
detective
Sheen's a
dog.
legend. I love
So
Charlie
it's this
Sheen.
weird movie where Charlie Sheen's a dog detective trying to find his girlfriend.
Wait, did you
'cause
say
he got-
dog?
Yeah, he's a dog. He's like a talking dog
What?
who walks on 2 legs.
I'm so confused. This
It's
is also-
animated. It's an animated movie.
Oh, well, you should have said it was an animated movie.
It's right up there with Birdemic as one of the worst movies I've seen in my entire life.
Love of Rubber.
No, Rubber was good. I actually I
That's
think
my
Rubber,
favorite movie of all time.
Jacob talks about rubber way too much.
Oh, it's the best movie.
Hey, I am not a Gen Z.
He's talking about me being
I'm
Gen
a millennial.
Z.
I'm an old fart.
Funfish, to be fair, it's 12:22, and I'm not really thinking at this point. My brain was turned off hours ago. Funfish.
The World Baseball is interesting. Italy beat the U.S. and now have to play.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Hold on. Before we go,
Okay.
I do want to address this comment
Fun.
here. I will say this,
Great
and
comment.
sorry to everyone. We love our American neighbors, but I think it would be the funniest thing ever if Canada loses to America in hockey and Canada beats America in baseball.
Oh, this would be so funny.
That'd be awesome.
Let's go in our 30s.
Well, Jacob and Dan are both.
I'm in my 30s.
30s.
I'm 24
30s,
years young.
30s.
I'm not that young.
30. In our 30s, but we're nerdy in our 30s.
Jacob's
Dan, why
only
aren't
8
you doing the
years
30
older than
dance
me.
with me, Dan? You're also in your 30s.
Jacob's only 8 years older than
30s,
me.
30s. Do the dabs. Anyways.
Okay, well, we can.
I won't say the word.
Such an angry comment. Such
Angry
an
Birds. 10-0 you. No!
No, Howard.
Dan has to beat them 2-1. It'll be the funniest thing ever.
I
Would
would
it not
hurt.
be funny if Canada beat the U.S. 2-1 in baseball?
Yes,
That
it
would be
would.
awesome.
Well, I like to say.
No, Jacob. It should be
Baseball.
Jacob. It should be
Oh my
1-0 off a walk-off home run.
Damn.
We're
1-0
old and hip.
walk-off home
Yeah.
run. That's how it should be. 1-0 walk-off home run.
Have a good
Have a
night.
day,
Thank
my
you for
friend.
joining
I
us
will
again.
see you at the desk.
Thanks
Speaking
for
of
great
that,
comments.
guys, Lane is so fed up with us. He's just gone to bed. and
Yeah,
really
no, he's
dead.
gone. He's out of here.
I'm
He's-
actually
he's
I can't hold my.
Oh,
microphone.
he's here in spirit.
I can't
It's
hold
the
my
ghost of
microphone.
Lane.
Ooh.
Anyways, everyone, thank you very much for joining us at the desk where every day feels like game day. We'll be back this weekend for some awesome shows coming up. Plus, we have a cool pre-record show. We have a cool
Maybe.
pre-record coming up
Yeah.
where we're going to be talking about
way
the
too old.
NHL playoff format and how we would change it. Is
Oh
Lane
my
old and
gosh, that's
hip?
such a tired debate.
Lane, Lane, how old are you again?
31.
Yeah, Lane's in his 30s. Lane, you got to do the 30
30?
stance.
I'm the only one not in their 30s
30.
on here.
I can't dance.
Neither can I. Look at this white guy go. 30.
White guy
younger
swagger,
and-
yo.
I'm more in tune with the actual NHL now. These guys are all stuck in the past. Sorry to say it, it's true.
If I could turn back time,
Dude.
It's very
I would
true.
find a way to
It's
end
true.
this
It's very
Analyst Desk
true.
show for the night because I need to sleep at some point. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for joining us at the Analyst Desk. Everybody feels like game day. I'm Jake Moore, the sports analyst. Join by Mr. More for your money.
Woo!
Lane, Dashing Dashco, and the man who hates to be full screened, Adam, no full screen. Thank you very much. Adam, at least I didn't call you Frank. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Just called me Frank.
We'll see you
You're
very
done. I'm
soon.
cutting you off, Jacob. You're done. You're done.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye,
Peace
fun
out,
fest.
you old Fs. Have a good one.
What about me? Wow.
Bye.
Doesn't make me feel important at all. Wow, fun fish.
You and Funfish are always beefing. That's what
Yeah.
it is. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you guys on the flip side.
Bye-bye.
It's the Analyst Desk. Welcome to the show. It's the Analyst Desk. Yeah, in case you didn't know, it's the Analyst Desk. Welcome to the show where every day feels like game day, bro.
30.